I meet with the new guy today. I meet with the new general manager after the show on the contract countdown. Hey, Fester, what is your deal? I mean, all this week, you can't seem to get here on time. You're walking in now. You're making noise. You're fumbling. You got your headphones all tied in knots. You're making extraneous noise in the background.
Mister, I'm meeting with the general manager, and I have a day and a half left on my contract. The last thing you should be worrying about is me.
No, you're walking in. You're disruptive. It's every day this week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I think it was me on Monday.
Yeah.
And Tuesday.
It might have been. Listen, relax.
Relax.
Freddie says relax.
Okay, Frankie says relax.
No, Freddie says it now.
Who the hell's Freddie?
Frank died.
How about Festy? Festy
says relax. I like that. I make shirts.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So I meet with the new general manager. I meet with him today right after the show. In fact, I think there was supposed to be a can I help you guys?
What's happening?
Nobody said
I got my pants fixed.
Can I help you guys?
I got the hole in my pants.
You have your own conversation off to the side.
We had no conversation.
I'm watching you guys having a conversation.
For Mister, this studio has a terrible line of sight. I can't see anybody now. You see everything.
Because you're both standing up now. You typically are both sitting down.
Listen, I'm going to sit down right now. I'm not going to see you again for 4 hours.
That's one of my demands today. I am done working in this awful studio. You know, I've got a list of grievances. I'm going in there with a list of Christmas grievances.
Go in there and tell him you're done working with this awful fat guy, will you? I'm done working with Fester, too. Let's get him out of here.
All right, so I'm just letting you guys know that I am meeting with the new general manager, the new market manager for the Beasley Media Group. I'm meeting with him at 10 o'clock right after the show. And in fact, I think there was like a weekly scheduled managers meeting for all the different managers. And I think that was pushed back to accommodate our 10 o'clock meeting.
Yes, the meeting was pushed back to 10:15. So you have 12 minutes of Ron's time today.
So as far as my contract countdown, I have no idea what's going on. You know, people are emailing me. I got salespeople panicking. I guess, clients are calling. Hey, is MJ going? What's up? So the clients, I do all these endorsements for great clients. I do all these live spots. What are you grumbling about? Fester's like,
I said to myself.
Yes.
I said to myself, attaboy.
Attaboy what?
You.
What do you mean, attaboy me, you what?
The buzz is real about you signing.
Well, it is.
I know.
It's true. My contract,
I know.
my MJ Morning Show contract with this place expires at the end of the month. And guess what? Our last live show is this Friday, and then we go on Christmas break, as we typically do. So I'm gonna be out of the country, actually. I'm not gonna be in the country.
All right, hold on. You're in Canada. Okay.
I'm out of the country.
Okay, you're out of the country. Yes, geographically you are out of the country, but you're in America's hat. Okay? You're not.
I am out of the country.
You're not in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is out of the country. Canada is just Canada.
I kind of agree.
You
don't have to. It's easy to get back in.
I stand by my statement. I am out of the country.
Yes, I can't talk to you now. I'm traveling abroad. Where are you? I'm in Canada.
I'm traveling internationally.
Canada.
I have all of my electric adapters in my suitcase. I have. Listen, you need a passport, right?
You have il passporto. Yes.
I mean,
in
yes.
Canada.
Everything you're saying is true, but
yes, I'm going to be internationally traveling. I will be out of the country. I will be in Canada.
I'm a very international man.
So
Whistler.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know exactly what's happening. I'll meet at 10 a.m. this morning. Maybe I'll shoot a video and post it on social media. Again, folks, thanks to everyone. I did cross over to 11,000 followers on Instagram.
yes.
So I did hit that yesterday. So very excited.
If he doesn't sign, everybody unfollow him.
No, the point is make sure you follow me on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Make sure you are following me, Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, because, listen, we might not come to an agreement today. Hey, this could be my last show, because what happens if you don't come to an agreement and if things go south in a meeting, radio companies are notorious for just taking you off the air immediately.
Great.
You know how many radio DJs never get a chance to, say goodbye? You do a program, you get called into some manager's office, and then they tell you, oh, by the way, that was your last show. Thanks for your service.
Can you come in early tomorrow before your show and talk?
Sometimes it goes that way. Other times,
I got that one.
Sometimes it's after your show, and then you don't get to go back and do another program. So, listen, if that happens, if I just disappear, the way to follow me and find out what the hell's going on is my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Simple as that. So as it stands now, 10 a.m. meeting with the new general manager on my contract expiration, and I'll let everyone know what's going on.
Boy, you are an open book.
I'll let everyone know. I'll keep everyone apprised of the situation. Hey, on a very positive note, this is now Day 7, I believe. I think it's been a full week. And there is no new crack in my new windshield on our car.
Crack is whack.
So I have traveled now the Howard Franklin Bridge for all of those days to the studio, except for one day. What was it? When was the accident? Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. Monday morning, some schmuck ran under the back of a tractor trailer. Did you see that? Yeah, there was on Monday.
Oh, that was the day that I came the back way down McMullen Booth.
Yes, exactly. That was the day we were all alerted by our team, the early team here. Hey, don't take the Howard Franklin Bridge. This was Monday. The Howard Franklin is fine right now. I just came across it a little while ago. Actually, traffic was lighter than usual this morning. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing, but for me, traffic was lighter than usual. And so far, all of the days that I've come in since the windshield replacement from Mike's Auto Glass, so far the windshield has not been cracked again. And I've been on the Howard Franklin all the days since last Thursday, except for Monday when I took the Gandhi because we got the heads up, don't take the Howard Franklin. That was Monday. So all is well today. So, hey, good news. And so far, I've got a week out of the new windshield, and it's not cracked with flying debris and rocks smashing my windshield on the Howard Franklin Bridge.
Good news indeed. Yes, everybody's rejoicing.
Hey, Froggy, did you watch more episodes of the Harry and Meghan thing?
No, I got
Son
bored
of
with
a...
it.
Come on, man.
You watched one.
I got bored with it.
Dude, we're waiting for your reviews
I
on
started
this thing.
I started
White
White
Lotus.
Lotus. So I
Yeah.
started something
Oh,
else.
my God.
I got bored.
It-
It took too long to get to the good stuff.
Apparently, it heats up.
I'm sorry.
I
Maybe I'll
was
try this
waiting for you, dude. You teased us. You saw episode 1 of Harry and Meg. All right, we'll get into this later on.
White Lotus is great.
All right, we are just getting rolling, folks. It's going to be a what is this, Wednesday? Yeah. A busy Wednesday show. There's a lot of crap on the table today. And I think we might have to do an atomic wedgie today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll explain later on. I think somebody might be the recipient of an atomic wedgie.
Sorry, Roxanne.
During the program. Don't miss a moment today, folks. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Traffic's on. Here's Pat, MJ Morning Show back at... MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, folks, MJ here in a cruise, 621, rolling up on 622. And Fester, I have something that might be beneficial to your health.
All right.
You don't get much exercise.
Oh, I mean, I walk from my car to the chair. And I
Listen,
sit
don't be a smartass.
At your
Listen,
sales job, do you walk around in the lot or you just...
No, he takes a golf cart everywhere.
Dude, nobody
that's
walks. Nobody walks on my watch.
golf.
We're getting the
Yeah,
golf cart.
You
serious.
took me for a tool in that golf cart when I met you.
I stopped by there one day. Why was I out there?
You went to Fields BMW in Lakeland, and you were coming back.
That's right.
And
Right.
you visit our clients, and you had some work done on your car, maybe, I don't know. And then you came back and you saw me about 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and we went for a ride.
That's right. So I stopped to see Fester. And for those that don't know, when we ended the MJ Morning Show the first time around, and listen, there might be listeners that are listening now and they don't know the previous history of the show. We were on the air since 1994. So from 1994, the MJ and BJ Morning Show, BJ left in early 01. Then it became the MJ Morning Show. So I've been doing this since 1994. And Fester joined us like in 1996 or 97. Froggy 1, he went away in like 2000 or 2001. That's when we got Froggy 2. And we've been on the air for a long time. So it was like an 18-year run. And then we left in 2012. And then we came back again with this second incarnation in October of 2020. And when we shut the show down, you guys scattered like cockroaches and had to find some way to put food on the table.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
that's not a
cockroach
nice way to
is
put
a
that,
terrible
because
What?
accurate
Not a-
analogy.
What?
You act like they're running from something, scattering. That's not really what happened.
We got left high and dry.
So don't blame me. All right, so hold on a sec. So Fester ends up in the RV business.
Yes.
Fester ends up at General RV right off I-4, and technically that's Dover.
Yes.
All right, so that's the Dover zip code. So right off of I-4, you'll see General RV. If you're heading toward Orlando or toward Lakeland, it's on your right. Big operation, lots of frontage right there on I-4.
Right.
And so Fester went to work there. Fester still works there. This is like his part-time job now. General RV is the full-time job. This is Fester's part-time job.
There's no question about that.
And, it really works out well because you've always been half-assed. So,
It's-
it's, yeah. But,
Unlike you, which have been whole-assed.
yes,
Yes,
100%.
okay, yeah.
Absolutely. And then,
All ass in.
Oh, wait,
That's it.
what?
That sounds better than whole ass.
okay.
doesn't it?
And then Froggy went on to work in the family fixture and shelving business. And I don't even know what you guys sell, but you guys put stuff in stores, right?
Yeah, don't worry. It doesn't concern you.
If you buy a product that's on a shelf, Froggy sold that shelf.
That is not true.
That's right.
You didn't outfit every store
But that's the
everywhere.
that's the kind of merchandise he sells.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he sold it.
We
that's his
sold
stuff.
a good amount of it, though. It's okay.
Listen, the more the merrier. I hope you sell a lot of crap. All right,
Lots of crap.
So for those that don't know the history, we then got all back together. Roxanne joined us back in October of 2020. So here we are. And Fester now, his full-time job, he just either sits in a cubicle
I wouldn't go that far either.
or he's in a golf cart driving people around showing them RVs. You really ought to walk that lot. That would
Yeah.
just be much better exercise-wise for you.
No. All right.
But what I do have for you,
Yeah, I got something for you too.
Yeah.
all right, so why are you being a
I
smart
mean,
ass?
you're kind of being a smart ass.
He's putting down our careers,
I mean,
is what he's
seriously,
doing.
listen,
No, I'm
I mean,
not.
not all of us went to New York to work with Len Berman.
No.
Okay? I mean,
Work with a
la, la.
zombie.
I mean, lo and behold, here we are, you boomeranging back to old deadbeat Froggy.
I
was
don't
Right?
remember getting any calls when he was in New York City. Do you, Fester?
Yeah,
Fester, I need you to do a bit for me.
Yeah, cause call it one time and use a
By the way, that was a nightmare. Who said zombie?
I did.
It was working with a corpse. It really was.
See, and now look at you.
I have a friend who's in the funeral home business, and you are correct. That guy's a corpse.
So let's not forget how good you have it now.
That's the making
Now,
There are 8 billion people on the planet. You choose to work with us two clods, okay? You've never been funnier with us. sitting across
Fester, I have a good news item for you.
Oh, okay, we're doing good news
it's
now.
good.
Oh,
Oh.
good.
Well, listen. I think you're going to be averse to this, but because I don't think you exercise much. But 1 minute bursts of activity while you're doing just daily mundane things could prolong your existence.
I do that all the time.
What's a
1
burst?
minute bursts of activity.
It's a burst.
Or in Fester's case, he might consider the jillionth of a second burst, like that nuclear fusion reaction they had for
Yes.
like a virtually unmeasurable amount of time. You know, the big breakthrough on nuclear fusion, and they created
I can assure you I'm not thinking of nuclear fusion
for a
right
trillionth of a second, they created a fusion reaction where they got more energy out than what they put in. But I think they had 192 lasers just.
now. So if you work out for or some burst of energy for a minute,
All right, listen to me.
Like jumping jacks?
1 minute burst. So you take your daily activity and then you add 1 minute bursts of exercise that could prolong your life.
how many minutes? I mean, it can't just be 1 minute a day. It's got to be like 10 1 minute intervals over the course of a day or something like that.
A study by the University of Sydney, this is over in Australia. What are you going? No,
I don't
no,
know if I trust.
no.
I don't trust Australians and their research.
The only thing that Fester wants to do when it comes to exercise in Australia themed or related is
Walk right into an Outback Steakhouse
and
That's
pick
it.
up a bloomin' onion,
That's
just
it.
curling a bloomin' onion right to his mouth.
Which is like an enormous amount of calories, by the way. I did not know that it was that high.
Dude, it's a battered and fried onion.
It's a battered and fried vegetable. I thought it was like health food at first.
Right. Listen, you can listen, by the way, a bloomin' onion is very delicious.
I love
And the sauce that you dip it in.
But the bottom line is you can take very healthy, low-calorie vegetables and you can really juice those suckers up, all right? Let's be crystal clear here. All right, so the study by the University of Sydney in Australia says that 3 to 4 1-minute bursts of huffing and puffing during daily activities can lower your chances of premature death. And Fester, when I look at you, all I see is premature death. I'm sorry.
I look at me, all I see is premature death.
Come on. Guys, you can't joke about that. Now you're getting to the age where you could drop dead.
I'm just saying that's why Fester needs to get in shape. Why do you think I'm bringing this up?
If you want to incorporate a little burst, just when you go to take a break around here,
Yeah, get a
okay, be
starburst.
careful with that. Then you just run down the hall instead of walk to the coffee break room. Run. That's what I do all the time, and I think it annoys people.
Yeah.
But I'm
sprint,
like,
sprint, and then run into somebody at full blast
I've
that's
done
coming
that.
around the corner.
I actually think I really hurt someone in the hallway.
You can cuss them,
mean,
and then they cussed you. You can cuss them, and then they cussed you out.
The radio station that we're in now is currently like a human habit trail. It's
Yeah,
just a bunch of hallways. Roxanne, sprinting down any of them is not a good idea.
This building is a dump. This building.
You're talking about your contract today. Let's talk nice.
Listen, this building is a dump. Okay. The layout is the most moronic, idiotic. Hey, listen, it's not Beasley's fault. Beasley inherited this crap hole from CBS. They bought the stations. Stations are great. All the radio stations, Q105 and QIK and Orlando and Meredith down at Wild and listen, the Shark. I mean, Maxima.
Great stations.
Listen, a lot of great radio stations, and really what matters is what comes out over your speakers and that you enjoy our programming. But I'm just saying the physical plant that Beasley inherited from CBS, it was just poorly designed. Our air conditioning doesn't work in here most of the time, and it's a sweat box.
Yes, most days.
I could tell Michelle, hey, Michelle, you don't need to go to that sweatology place on MacDill. Just come in our studio. Just
have her come here.
Exactly. She's got to. By the way, I do like that sweatology thing. I've done it twice now, and I'll probably do it again.
Did you have a 1 minute burst of energy inside the
hot
hot box?
You just lay there and you sweat.
Okay.
And that
sounds great.
And medically, that's good for you.
It really is.
It is. I mean, I read up on it. And it's good for you. All right. So you want to do these 4 1-minute bursts. Like it's 3 to 4 1-minute bursts during your daily activities, and it can lower your chance of premature death, cardiovascular disease, and certain cancers. So to conduct the research, the researchers, they worked with more than 25,000 adults who said that they don't exercise. And they used wrist-worn tracking data devices to measure the activities. The study's now been published in the journal Nature Medicine.
Is the point to get your heart rate up?
Yes,
or
that's it.
Yeah,
So
and your muscles. It's like your fast twitch muscles.
get things moving. So instead of just walking, do a jog or a burst. Increase the heart rate. So if you're doing your dishes, maybe, just, run in right in front of the sink. Just, run in place for 1 minute. Just do the 4 minutes investment a day by just juicing up your heart rate and doing bursts. Like right there, I just did it for like 15 seconds or 10 seconds, and my heart rate went up.
3:45 to go.
Can't you just do 4 minutes at the end of the day? Like instead of doing bursts throughout the day?
Doing, Froggy, what this research is doing is they're dumbing it down for the fattest among us. All right, listen.
This is the least amount of work.
Fat Freddy, all you have to do is work out for 1 minute, 4 times a day. Not 4 minutes all at once.
And for Fester, like I said, there is a sales assistant that has a whole jar of Starbursts over on the sales side of the building.
Yeah.
So good.
The burst of energy that
Yeah.
Fester, it's grabbing all the red ones, leaving all the yellows.
The pink is, I leave yellows and pinks. I take oranges and reds.
Hey, folks, good news. I got early morons in the news next. That's right, baby. A great pile of imbeciles. Morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Back in a minute.
Interstate's no problem so far. I-4, 275 and 75, either side of the bay. We do have one little accident out by the Hard Rock. It's going to be Hillsborough.
Time for the early edition of Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show. Who'll be ready? I'm sorry, what, Fester?
Is that right grammar? I mean,
What?
You need your headphones, Fest.
You're mumbling also.
He doesn't know music's on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talk over the music.
Yeah, but you were not talking loud enough to talk over the music.
And
were
you were, and you use "Who Be Ready."
right.
Okay.
It's just kind of just loosey-goosey here.
Mixing it up. Whoa.
That wasn't supposed to be like a real bona fide English language sentence.
Yes, because we don't talk on the radio or anything.
No, who'll be ready? I mean,
right.
obviously people know that I don't butcher the English language on a daily basis like Froggy.
I already am me. What? I.
All right, early Morons in the News. Wow, a couple of very interesting stories here. What do you do if you've got a lawyer that is representing your ex-wife? So you got a divorce situation. You've got a lawyer representing your ex-wife, and you go through this divorce. Obviously, not a pleasant situation. What do? If you're angry, you don't like this lawyer, maybe he's putting you through the ringer, and that's his job. His job is to represent the wife in the divorce proceedings and to get the most for the ex-wife or the soon-to-be ex-wife as possible. So if you are the husband, soon to be divorced from the wife, and you got a beef with the lawyer, what do?
Oh man, I can't answer this question
Okay.
Why can't you answer the question?
because I want to immediately go down a road of very illegal activity.
And what would your road of very illegal activity be?
All right, so
Very simple situation. You get divorced from Allison, and you really dislike Allison's divorce attorney
Yes.
that's just taking you out to the woodshed.
Isn't
Yeah.
that usually what happens? I mean, don't you usually, I remember my parents got divorced. They didn't like each other's attorneys.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So-
I would say absolutely. I think you're 100% right. So what are the illegal items that you're thinking of that's going through your brain?
all right, so it would start with a kidnapping. And then it would be like a basement with like a chainsaw or like one of those saws that you cut plywood on.
Oh, torture. Okay.
Table saws, right?
Bring out the gimp!
And
How
then,
about
I
the
would,
vice grips?
and then I would get like a conveyor belt, right? And I would slowly roll the lawyer into the table saw, crotch first. And then the lawyer would be like, no. And I'd be like, tell her you cannot represent her. And she'd be like, no, I can't do that. I can't. I was like, oh. And then there's things with like vice grips and pliers
Did
and
you watch
fingernails.
Hostel last night?
I mean, if you're asking me what I would do to a
Jeez.
divorce lawyer who's coming at me, this is what I would be.
Stop.
Wow.
Stop.
Is a table saw involved?
You're not far off.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You're not far off. Georgia man charged with killing ex-wife's divorce lawyer and then torching his office. So
He resorted to arson and burned all the paperwork?
I mean, kill the guy and then torch the office. This is crazy.
Wow.
A guy from Georgia by the name of Alan Taya, accused of murdering his wife's divorce attorney, Doug Lewis, and then torching the joint. Disgruntled guy gunned down his ex-wife's divorce attorney, then lit the office on fire. Alan Taya, 65, accused of confronting veteran divorce lawyer Doug Lewis inside his Lawrenceville, Georgia office. This is last week. And then shooting him and then lit the whole office ablaze. Firefighters putting out the fire found the lawyer's body inside. It's pretty brazen.
Isn't that
Another brazen crime.
It is. It's another brazen word, folks. We've decided that a lot of times these news stories use the word brazen, brazen burglary, brazen thugs, brazen robbery. This is a brazen murder arson. And we've decided, since it happens during the morning show, that we call it Brazen Brand. That's it.
Start your day.
2 scoops of MJ's Brazen Brand. It's all brazen. That would be pretty brazen. According to the Lawrenceville police, a lieutenant by the name of Jake Parker, he said that this was just kind of out of the blue. Parker said a witness led cops to Taya, who was still in the area when officers showed up to arrest him. The suspect was detained. He actually had injuries that were consistent with being in or near the fire. He had burns on his pants and singed hair.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You're going to set something on fire, especially if you use an accelerant. It's going to come back at you.
And then Jay Leno apologized for killing the lawyer and setting the office on fire.
Sorry about that.
It wasn't my intention.
I was working on my old 1907 car, and it lit me up on fire.
I guess I have a dumb question that's more grammatical than anything else.
What's that?
What's that?
Isn't brazen a way to cook meat?
Braise.
No, that's braising. Braise.
braising.
Okay.
Yeah.
Former grill master.
Dude, come on, you're being a wise ass.
I'm just trying to make an arson
You-
joke,
you-
and they found
come
the
on.
body, and
That
they
was-
find the body in the arson. Oh, it's braised.
There's some tie in there. I feel like brazen is so overused right now. So if you, MJ, need to pepper in different words, flagrant.
Are you looking at
Shameless.
a? You're looking at a thesaurus.
I am audacious.
So you've got
is
a
another good one.
thesaurus, and you're looking for synonyms for brazen.
Mhm. Yep.
You get 2 scoops with MJ's Brazen Brand.
2 scoops.
Yeah, it's 2 scoops. So man, that's a crazy deal. Luckily for divorce attorneys, I don't think many disgruntled husbands go after their ex-wife's divorce attorney. Luckily for most.
I mean, none of them actually do it. I'm sure almost all of them think about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Hey, if you're a carjacker, this is nuts. Listen to this. This happened out in Las Vegas. If you're a carjacker, this is like total just desserts. Froggy, do you know what that means?
Just desserts.
Yeah. What is just desserts? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Wasn't
It's
that
it sounds like a dessert place.
wasn't that a
It does.
store? Isn't
Yeah.
that like a franchise? Like
they only have desserts?
like that bunt cake store?
Just desserts.
Nothing
meaning,
but cakes?
you have it coming to you. It serves you right, essentially.
Yeah, you get what you get.
Listen to this. This is nuts. This is out in Vegas. A carjacker wearing a mask was shot dead by the intended victim after she managed to grab one of the carjacker's cohort's guns. So they're holding the woman at gunpoint, trying to carjack her. The woman grabbed one of the individuals that was part of the carjacking's guns and then shot the carjacker dead.
Like an action movie hero.
That's awesome.
This is talk about turning the tables. The victim and another woman said that they had been in a parked car when another vehicle pulled up, blocked them in. 3 screaming gunmen jumped out, pointed weapons at them. One of the attackers yanked the driver out, then jumped into the car, attempted to zoom away, struggled to get the push to start vehicle started, and I guess one of the push buttons versus,
Oh yeah, sure. She had the fob in her pocket. She was too far from the car.
as he focused on getting the motor going, he rested his gun on his lap, which the victim snatched the gun out of his lap from the open window.
Whoa.
One of the gang gave chase, and then she opened fire on the guy chasing her. Boom! Shot dead with your own gang's gun.
That's like something I would think about if I was in that situation, but I'd be like, it's not going to work.
My
It never works.
God, the woman did it.
It worked.
That is unbelievable.
Good for her.
That's brave.
Yeah. So this is a crazy story. Just shows that crime does not pay, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, crime doesn't always pay.
You might want to think about carjacking, and I don't want to give out tips, but you might want to. I don't know. I feel guilty giving. If you're a bad guy, I mean, you might want to keep control of your gun. Is all or don't, because I'd rather see the innocent victim turn the tables like this.
Yeah, don't keep control of your gun, bad guy.
I mean, you want to be sure you know where the car fob is. I mean, all these push button cars, you have to have the activation device for it to work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, though. So, folks, that's why we call it Morons in the News, but I'm not done yet. Hey, do you know the story of the a guy from the Biden administration inside the Department of Energy. Do you know about this guy that just got fired? This is the craziest freaking story. So they finally fired this non-binary guy who I've got a great description for this guy who is not a guy. It's they, them, that whole thing. All right. This is a nutty story. If you haven't heard what happened on why this individual got fired from the Biden administration, this is nuts. This is off the flipping conveyor belt, literally. All right, hang on. That's next. Don't move on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Let me tell you what. Jay and the crew here. Fester in the studio. I don't know where Froggy and Fester or Froggy and Roxanne are, but this story is just out of control. Hey, guys, would it be too much just to ask that you guys are in the studio when we open up breaks, please? I really don't want to get into this anymore. I need you guys in the studio when we open up the segments.
Someone's really huffy puffy.
No,
really
don't.
despicable today.
No, but it's every time. It's
Seriously,
like,
guys.
Seriously.
I'm not. I don't believe you. I don't want to bitch and moan about this. I just want you guys in the studio when we.
I stayed in the break. I stayed in the room during the entire break, and I felt like it was too awkward, and I just left.
Yeah, I mean, it's really an awkward room during commercial breaks.
I've got a very awkward story that I want to tell right here. This is very, very strange. Hey, folks, welcome. Oh, we're all together. Isn't this very special? Me, MJ, and Fester, and Froggy, and Roxanne, we're all together in the studio. Doesn't it feel... It feels very family-like, doesn't it?
It's like Thanksgiving all over again.
It is.
It's a family where Daddy's like, I don't know if I'm going to be here for 2 more days.
I might skip town on all of you.
It's like, we're a family, but 2 days, I might be out of here forever.
This is a bizarre... Well, listen.
Daddy loves you, but in 2 days, I may not be here for Christmas.
This might be the last 3 shows.
Yeah.
Today, Thursday, and Friday.
You can't leave Mama with the boys.
Yeah, I stopped comparing morning shows to families a long time ago, so it's okay. Whatever.
I don't know what the plan is. If I do not re-sign my contract, I'm up at the end of this month. I do not have a new contract. And if I don't re-sign, I have no idea what the plans are.
And you don't care.
I didn't say that.
Why would you?
Well, if I leave, I probably don't.
There you go.
Now,
You don't care about us.
now,
You just admitted it.
This is a crazy story, and it involves an official that was technically in the Biden administration, because this individual worked for the Department of Energy, and there was like this big fanfare when this person was hired because they are non-binary. And there are pictures of this, person born as a man wearing dresses and high heels, and I think would show up to their job at the Department of Energy wearing like women's dresses and lipstick. The individual's name is Sam Brinton. And the story just takes a bizarre twist because they made a big deal out of this first like high-level non-binary individual that was hired. The Department of Energy had hired this Sam Brinton, who is non-binary, identifies as them and they and that whole thing. And this person was hired as Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition at the Department of Energy's Office of Nuclear Energy. Let me simplify this. That particular agency, they deal with like spent nuclear fuel. So when you use fuel rods in a nuclear reactor to create the reaction, to then generate steam, to turn the turbine, to create electricity that we use when we plug in our stuff at our house or turn our lights on. So the used fuel rods, this used nuclear material, the Department of Energy clearly needs to keep track of this. They need to obviously have plans to dispose and safely store spent nuclear fuel. So this 35-year-old, a Biden administration Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Nuclear Waste Disposition and Disposal, has been fired now. Originally, for the last couple of weeks, the individual was on... actually, since, I think, October, they've been on leave. Why? Because this person has a problem with stealing other people's luggage off of the conveyor belts at U.S. airports.
That's a very niche problem.
Yeah, right?
Very specific.
Is this not bizarre? You have an individual that was celebrated as this the highest level non-binary, and how do you describe this person? Leave that picture right there. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, guys, look at this image. Froggy, bring your microphone around. Look at Fester's screen. Mm-hmm. Fester has Sam, born as a man, dressed in a red like cocktail dress with a choker necklace and a shaved bald head and bright red lipstick. There was a picture of this person posing in their office with like Star Spangled Banner high heels on in a dress. And if I were to describe this Sam Britton, who's got a problem in stealing other people's luggage off of airport conveyor belts, to me, it looks like a very effeminate Mr. Clean.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you-
I mean, the
do you
bald
see it?
head, of course.
Do you see it, though?
They have a bald head.
But also, the
absolutely.
face is like sort of like a doll, like a child's baby doll.
That might be the highest compliment or greatest insult you could give this
I don't know.
person.
Exactly.
But this person has no flesh tone to them. I mean, they might be the whitest person I've ever
I
seen.
think that's makeup.
What was
isn't
that
it?
movie with Powder?
Yeah, Powder.
yeah.
It
Was
called
it called Powder? Remember that movie?
If Powder grew up to work for the
Department of Energy and wear a red dress and choker.
as a binary, yes.
All right. Now, here's what happened. 35-year-old individual was now fired because they were originally put on leave, had to take a leave of absence, suspended, because Sam stole a woman's suitcase from the Minneapolis airport back in September. And then it turned out that an investigation found that Sam also stole another woman's bag from the baggage conveyor belt at the Las Vegas airport back in July.
Jeez.
What? Can you imagine that? This is an official in the Department of Energy, and they deal with nuclear waste disposal, and they're stealing other people's luggage. What the? I mean, talk about like a security risk here. You know, when you have high-level positions in the government, you know, a lot of times you can't get security clearance. Let's say if you're in bankruptcy or you have all kinds of financial troubles. When you go through background checks, you might not get the security clearance that you need if you've got personal issues in your life. Why?
Because they feel you may be more compromised to break a law to remedy your situation.
100%, or be susceptible to bribes or being exploited by a foreign government or a spy or a foreign power. Exactly.
I wish a foreign government would exploit me.
But this is crazy. The bag that Sam Brinton stole from the Minneapolis airport back in September was a $2,300 Vera Bradley suitcase. Now, Roxanne, who's Vera Bradley? Is it designer?
Yeah, designer. Yeah, handbag designer, clothes. She designs clothes too.
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Vera Bradley's not super high end, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know I heard the name.
Not to be confused with Vera Wang.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, it's just something funny about saying Vera Wang and Sam Brinton. I don't know.
If Sam would have stole a Wang, I'd have to redact myself from this segment.
So she just looks for expensive luggage, figuring there's also
No,
expensive stuff?
not she.
They.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, non-binary, born a man, but likes to dress up in women's clothing, apparently, but still non-binary. And it's, when you look at the facts here, this person was charged with felony grand larceny in a second theft that happened in Vegas. All right, the first piece of luggage, the Vera Bradley suitcase with items inside valued at $2,325. They stole it from baggage claim and then apparently went to a hotel and then dumped the person's contents of the luggage and left it in drawers in the hotel room.
What the hell?
What a
So
violation. They wanted the luggage. They liked the Vera Bradley bag. That's why they stole the bag. And then the investigation then found that this person stole another suitcase from the Las Vegas airport. This is, back in June. And that was a $320 bag. And that was also stolen from the Las Vegas Harry Reid International Airport baggage claim. I guess it's formerly McCarran International. And that particular piece of luggage, the suitcase was valued at $320, but I guess Sam really liked it. I'm going to take it. And inside that bag, there was more than $3,500 worth of jewelry, clothing, and makeup.
Wow, nice score.
So was he like, this is awesome?
Can you imagine? You're a Biden administration official. You work in the Department of Energy. You're an undersecretary. And you're ripping stuff off a deputy assistant secretary. in the nuclear disposal portion of the Department of Energy. And
That's brazen.
These are the two we know about. Do you think it stops there? I don't think it stops there.
If you're caught twice, you've done it 100 times and never get.
Yeah.
You ripped off luggage in Minneapolis. You ripped off a bag in Las Vegas. I'm sorry. There's got to be more cases. Anyway, they were put on leave, and then finally they've been fired. The statement is Sam is no longer with the Department of Energy. That's all they're saying.
Okay.
So here's the statement. Sam Britton is no longer a DOE employee. By law, the Department of Energy cannot comment further on personnel matters, according to a spokesperson. But then you look back at when Sam was hired by the Department of Energy as the highest ranking,
The highest
non-binary.
Non-binary or official in.
One of, and they touted this Sam, a well-known advocate for LGBTQ youth, helping to secure protections against the dangerous and discredited practice of conversion therapy. So this was in the press release from the Department of Energy. And then this person goes on to embarrass them by ripping off luggage. I mean, what kind of a maniacal whack job do you have to be to steal luggage? You're working for the U.S. government. You're a deputy secretary in the Department of Energy, and you're ripping off people's luggage from airports? How maniacal and nutso is
It's
that?
like an obsession of some sort.
I don't travel that much, but how much luggage do you really need?
They're probably addicted to finding,
Don't say addicted.
like storage yours.
Right. Hey, quickly, this individual, Sam Britton, faces up to 5 years in prison for the luggage theft in Minneapolis and the Vegas theft from the airport, up to 10 years for that heist out in Vegas.
One of our texters just told me about something that Sam Britton also does, allegedly,
Right.
that is very strange. I'm not going to say it out loud.
Then why say it at all?
Pup play.
Oh, how could you not say it?
Yeah, he just said pup play. I don't know what that is.
What?
Pup play.
Look.
Oh, no. Hold on. Let's figure this out. Hey, we're
I don't
back
know.
in a second. We start the long stretch of the MJ Morning Show. An hour and 20 minutes uninterrupted is next. And, you hear about the latest on TikTok? Is TikTok in trouble in the United States?
Oh, God, I hope not.
That and a whole lot more. We're loaded, folks. That only scratches the surface. Back in a minute. Don't move. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now, Q105, hey everybody, MJ here with Froggy, Fester, Roxanne, 7:23, and just like that, boom, this begins the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. About an hour and 20 minutes, nonstop, no interruptions, starting right now. All right, first picking up on the texter that sent you a message about that Sam individual,
Yes, so
the Biden administration, Department of Energy, Deputy Secretary, who has been fired now for stealing other people's luggage from two different airports that we know about, Minneapolis and Las Vegas. And you had a texter that said that Sam's into, what they say, pup play?
he said you need to do a deeper dive on this.
Oh, boy. I can only imagine.
Because he's into pup play, and now all my texters are saying they've done these deeper dives and they're freaking out because they see what it is.
Wait a minute. Is that to do with dogs?
It does not involve actual dogs. It involves humans pretending to be dogs.
I'm looking at a picture of this former Deputy Secretary of Nuclear Waste Disposal and Disposition with the U.S. Department of Energy. I'm looking at Sam, them, they, non-binary, in what appears to be a leather dog mask with a red leather tongue sticking out and almost like...
Is anybody surprised?
Is
anybody surprised?
It's pup play.
Hey.
I guess I can hold it up to the camera.
Pretty sweet.
I'm holding it up. I'm holding my phone up to MJ TV right now. Andrew, do you have a good shot of this? Does this look good? Is it coming across well?
At first, I was wondering if pup play involved like an Instagram filter, like the dog ears and stuff.
Oh, that dog snout and the little tongue going... Coming, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've seen that. Those drive me crazy. I always hated those things. They seem to be cooling off.
Yeah.
But for a while, like 5, 7 years ago, everyone with those dumb filters of putting the dog ears on and
they're
the,
fun.
the dog nose. No, they're not.
They are.
I saw you as a broccoli one time.
Yeah, that's right.
I got Scrooge McDuck over here. I hate the filters.
Chloe put a broccoli filter on my head, and I was like, all my eyeballs eyebrows and mouth were moving in a stalk of broccoli.
I'm an order and I don't like filters.
You're turning into the crotchety old man that you used to do as a kid.
Speaking of the crotchety old man, I do have a classic crotchety that we need to get to.
Oh, good.
I have a classic crotchety old man call that I will play in this segment, and it is Christmas related. It is a Christmas-themed classic, oh, thank God you've answered, crotchety old man call. So we'll get to that in just a bit. Yes, Fester.
Nope,
I
not
just
gonna
heard you
say
go,
I think
yes.
I don't know this to be true,
Oh, jeez.
but I'm
What?
holding out hope that it is one of my favorite of the crotchety calls.
Which one?
I don't know if he wants me to say it.
Oh, you're not,
Go-
you're just
go
not
ahead
going
and
to tell us?
I'll tell you if it's that one or not.
Elmo Wood?
No.
Oh!
That's the one I know.
Listen, I have additional days this week. I'm going to play one Christmas-themed one, and then we have a couple of others that we can play tomorrow and Friday as we round out the live shows for the year. All right? So hang on. Big surprise. Which Christmas-related crotchety old man call is coming up in just a matter of moments? Keep listening, and you will find out. Now, I was planning on doing something else off the bat here, but we got a little sidetracked on apparently pup play.
We don't need to stay sidetracked on it. We can move on.
But then I was going to move on to something else. But then Roxanne, during the commercial break, now Fester and Froggy, you left. Roxanne decided to hang with me in the studio. And Roxanne is like rubbing her head. She's going, and yeah, I can tell something's like wrong with your ear. It's like, do you have an ear infection? Do you have water on the ear? What you have an earwig? You have that little thing that burrowed into your, do you have a cockroach that drilled into your ear while you were sleeping?
Wait, last time you rubbed something, it was videotaped and it got like 10 million views. So maybe you should videotape
Just
rubbing
rub
your
my
head.
ear.
That is insane.
I wonder what that's up to now.
That is crazy. Roxanne apparently was trying to work out like a stiff muscle in her butt cheek. And Fester noticed this. Fester took video of
Creepily.
Hey, Andrew, did you make that a full post? The Roxanne butt rub. You didn't make that a full post? Why not?
Because we don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not our wheelhouse.
Hold on. What do you mean we don't do what? Hold on, Andrew, turn your mic on. We don't do what?
You don't understand how posts work on this company's system.
No. Listen, when I want something posted on mjmorningshow.com, we post it. All right? That's the video has like 8 million views.
We can't post it, though.
We can post it.
I don't know.
All right, Andrew, listen. If I want something posted, I'm sorry if it's not some list, top 5, top 6. I'll play
It's
that.
called a listicle.
Listen to me. I'll play that game as well. But Andrew, when I want something posted, please post it. All right?
It's on the videos we talked about page.
There you go.
But we need to make a full post out of it. So
it's not a full post.
Andrew,
dude, it
stop.
is a full post if you write, oh my God, Fester took of. Andrew,
you want to sit through these meetings sometime and see what we have to do to these
We
posts?
have one tomorrow, by the way.
True. What? Oh.
Yeah, Thursday tomorrow.
Andrew, you can do the post they want 90% of the time, but there's going to be just good, fun content that I'm going to put on the website.
Yeah, don't die on this hill,
Listen.
Andrew.
Don't fall on this sword, all right?
Don't die on this one.
Don't die on this one is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
I want you got to see this video. And Fester, can you see how many?
Okay, so it looks like Roxanne's video has had a massive cooling off.
Okay,
because it was like 4.8 million last week, and now it's like only 5.6 million.
Oh, okay.
The video of Roxanne rubbing her left butt cheek because, and you're wearing like this kind of.
It's her right butt cheek.
It's your right butt cheek.
Roxanne, what is that kind of? Is that just a skirt? What do you call that
It's
skirt?
called a dress, and there's a slit in it.
Okay, it's a dress with a slit in it.
A dress.
And Roxanne is showing leg. And Roxanne is literally just like massaging her butt. But unbeknownst to her, this is back in September. Fester was videoing. Fester, you creepily rolled video of Roxanne rubbing her butt cheek in order to work out a little knot in her butt. And then this is bizarre, folks. Fester posts this on our Facebook page. I didn't even know this was posted because I don't go to our Facebook page very often. Fester handles our MJ Morning Show Facebook. Fester posts this video, and then a couple of weeks ago, Fester looks at it, and there's like 5 million views of this video. And it's like, what the hell?
All right, if I'm being anatomically correct, I think she's rubbing her hip joint.
No, it's my butt.
That is
It's a butt muscle.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a butt muscle
gluteus. It's a muscle right there.
It's where your leg meets the pelvis. It's like
It's that point right there.
like
that
It
you're
doesn't
working
matter
out-
what it is. Everybody wanted to see it.
it's like you're massaging your osteoporosis or
It's-
something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
It's-
doing. I don't think it's a proud moment for either Fester or I, but it's garnered 5.6 million
Hold on,
views.
it's a proud
Listen,
moment for me.
Hey, Roxanne, it's not bad looking. I'm telling you right now. I'm just being honest. I don't want to creep on you, but
Oh,
it
what
is-
a creep.
it is not bad looking.
Maybe
at
that could
all.
be, instead of like a twerk movement, you know how everybody went crazy with like a twerk movement in videos? Maybe we could start a new craze. It could
Yes.
sweep the nation, and everyone does videos where they just like jiggle their butt with their hand.
Rub my sciatica. Yeah, it's so hot. It's popping. On the latest Fat Joe video.
All right, this video is nuts. So, Andrew, where can our listeners see
I'll make a post.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, he just gave me the bah.
All right.
He just gave me the hand. Bah.
Boy.
It's Andrew.
Well, as long as I'm talking to you, I'm not working on the post.
Okay, Andrew, thank you.
My
Okay,
God,
okay.
I've angered
Just-
Andrew. I've pissed off our
That's
producer.
MJ.
because they get on us about stuff that's gonna hurt our station.
Who's they?
How's it going to hurt?
Management, everybody from our program director to corporate management.
corporate. Yeah.
A video of Roxanne rubbing her butt?
It's not the actual post. It's how the post is written.
All right,
It's
MJ.
not.
MJ, we're getting off track on some real
All right,
nerd stuff
all right.
right now.
And
It is a crazy
Andrew
system.
just flung the microphone. Andrew's
Okay.
angry.
All right.
I do have to manage your expectations,
Yes.
MJ, because if we do this post and you're thinking, oh, I got 5.6 million
we-
views on Facebook, it's not necessarily going to do the same thing on our website.
I understand that, but we're just shocked. We were blown away that Fester creepily and surreptitiously took this video privately of you rubbing your butt to massage something out, and then Fester posted. And then the next thing we know, we take a look a couple of months later, and it's got 5 million views.
Okay, can anybody describe this as Fester responsibly and proactively put something on the website that actually got hits?
All right, folks, if you go right now, if you go to mjmorningshow.com, right now, Andrew, so right now it's posted in videos mentioned, right? And how far down do they have to scroll? It's probably not far. So if you go to mjmorningshow.com, and at the top of the page, you'll see the boxes, and you might have to hit the arrow over. Look for videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. And then scroll down. Oh, now it's the first one. So it's the first one listed, and you can see this video of Roxanne that's garnered 5+ million views.
I think what would make it better and give it a new angle, if you're one of the 5.6 million viewers, is maybe if music was behind it, if we put some music to it.
I don't know if we're going to get into a whole production piece.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Other brothers in my like that,
Yeah.
or some other.
Something,
you
something
don't know,
hip
That was
hoppy.
great. Just put that over.
You don't know how that song goes, do you?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Other brothers can't deny.
Then when a girl walks in with the itty bitty waist.
Okay.
You get sprung or something to that
All
effect.
right.
Oh, what does that mean?
All right, now, I was going to mention something else here, so let's segue and morph into the conversation that Roxanne and I were having in the studio during the last commercial break. And Fester and Froggy, you were out. Yeah. Roxanne she's like shaking her head and she's rubbing her ear. I'm like, what's going on? And Roxanne told me that the kids that she allows to sleep in her bed.
Child one.
That
Uno.
you got roundhouse kicked
Yes.
in the ear last night.
So hard. Like, when a cartoon character gets punched or kicked and then they're like a dodo bird. Yeah, that's, I still feel like that. It
The
was
little,
like
the little birds, the birds
yes.
going around their head like in a cartoon.
the bird swimming around my head. And
Yeah.
it's like my ear is still ringing. She roundhouse kicked me for fun.
And this-
it wasn't like it was an accident.
Oh, wait a second. This was not like sleeping in the middle
no,
of the night?
I was lying down. I was trying to go to bed.
What time is this?
Probably 9:45.
So you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
And this is the 2.5-year-old?
Yes, this is what happened. Doug drinks White Claw.
Well, this is what Roxanne said. Roxanne said, listen to this. Roxanne, during the break when we were talking about this, Roxanne said that Doug was, quote, drunk on White Claw.
I said he
No,
I
you
don't
said.
know. Maybe I did. Okay.
Roxanne, I'm telling you, I wrote it down.
Roxanne, a couple weeks ago,
Listen, I wrote it down on this Post-it note, and I'm holding it up to MJ TV right now.
MJ, a couple
All
weeks
right?
ago.
I'm holding this up. Doug, drunk on White Claw. I wrote down your quote verbatim. You said that your fiance, Dig Doug, was drunk on White Claw, and then...
Roxanne, was it last week where you put up a video of your fridge and the inside of it, and there was like 30 White Claws in there?
We always have to be stopped.
Are those all his?
And Doug.
They're not mine or the kids.
Yeah, I mean, the kids aren't drinking the Whiteys.
Doug Claw.
What is...
When the kids see billboards of White Claw, they say, Daddy, there's your billboard.
and drunk.
How many does he drink?
He just likes the fizzy taste of it. I've tried to give him like seltzer water and stuff to supplement, but I don't know. I ask him that question. But
it's like my friend who was on coke, and he said he liked the way it made his nose itch.
Get a,
I like the fizzy stuff.
get a Perrier for crying out loud.
I know I've tried to supplement with
But
that.
you said that Doug was drunk on White Claw.
So he gets the Daviana all riled up, and I'm trying to like wind the house down, and they're like playing and hide and seek and scaring each other, and then she just is all wound up and kicks me in the head, and I'm like, go back to the Bahamas. I'm going to extradite you back to the Bahamas.
Oh,
I have a
God.
system here in this
I'm going to
household
get you
when
locked
you're
up
gone.
with. I'm going to get you locked up with that Sam Bankman
Bankman.
Fried, the
Yes.
SBF turd.
What's the matter? I'm just trying to play with the kids.
And your ear is still, your head is
It hurts.
still bothering you.
It hurts. Yeah, it's painful. today.
Roxanne,
Yeah.
I've told you this. I don't want to tell you how to parent,
You sure
But-
Doug didn't ear slap you?
but I do. You got to get your kids out of your bed.
It's one child. She's not even 3 yet. And I told you, it goes by when you look at the short amount of time that your kids are babies, it's the blink of an eye. So that's when she and I have our best conversations, when she's not roundhouse kicking me. So that's my, I don't wake up with my children. So Daviana and I like to go to bed together and chit chat.
All right, now, this actually is a very convenient segue because I saw an item last night, and the headline from the New York Post was, I share a bed with my tweens. It's totally natural, and none of us want to stop.
Wait, teenagers that are twins?
No.
I mean, the whole idea of a family not sleeping in the same bed is really just like the last 100 years or so, right?
Listen to this.
What is it, Willy Wonka?
Yeah, right? I mean, well, back in the day, the whole family had one bed.
Grandpa, no, they didn't.
Yes.
Grandpa,
They didn't sleep like
Grandma, Charlie from Willy Wonka, they're all sleeping in the same
bed.
Did they also have the long gown pajamas and then the goofy little hat they used to wear? Did they really wear that little sleeping hat?
I saw Dances with Wolves. They all sleep in the same teepee in the same size.
And
It's
of course,
okay.
Grandpa hasn't moved in 20 years, but he's dancing
Every
right when he
old-
gets up.
Listen, you think in 1545 everybody had their own room?
Wouldn't his
Grandpa's
legs
a
be
big
at-
old shut-in. Grandpa can't move any limb until Charlie gets the golden ticket.
My legs are atrophied. Let's do a jig.
Yeah, what was the bad guy's name that tried to get Charlie?
Slugsworth?
Slugworth.
Yeah.
Slugworth,
Mr.
yeah.
Slugworth. Anyway, let me share these details here, and this is just creepy. Unconventional. Mom is raising eyebrows, admits that she shares a bed with her 10-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son. Bernie Watkins, who's 49, says she's unashamed of her family's unorthodox habit, believes it's the reason why she shares such a close bond with her kids, Frankie and Caden. We're very close, a cuddly family. It's perfect for us.
Oh, my God.
And getting into bed at night is a lovely part of our days. Single mom said, people told me the kids would grow up to be clingy and dependent if we kept sharing, but it's the total opposite. I'm sorry, folks. That is not normal for a 49-year-old mother to be sleeping in the same bed as her 10-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son. That is creepy.
Yeah, what? There's something going on.
That
there.
is creepy co-sleeping right
What's
there.
going on?
some
bro?
sort of like. some
What's
sort
going
of-
on? They're sleeping.
I have to tell you that I know some single moms, and they have their child sleep in bed with them, and it's getting to be that close to that tween age.
What? You have friends of
They're
yours?
not my friends. They're I mean, it doesn't matter. They would be my friends, but they're friends of friends.
Single mom friends that you have allow their kids to still sleep in bed with them, and how old are they?
I just know
8, 9, 10?
Yeah, pushing that. Like I know one of my girlfriends, her boss her boss is a single mom, and she lets her, say 8 or 9-year-olds sleep in bed with her.
Dude, I bet you this is more common than you think, MJ, man. You're sitting here, this is terrible. Oh, letting an 8-year-old sleep with you. I bet you this is a lot more common than you think.
I was thinking about opening up the MJ phone lines on this.
What? Who sleep? Why? So you could mock them?
Who said anything about mocking?
You just like, this is abnormal.
Why are you yelling? Fester, you this passionate about this?
Well,
Fester yells about everything.
He yell about everything around
And then when we yell, he rolls his eyes.
Let's go to phones. I want to hear from you. Are you a parent, and how old are your kids that you still allow to sleep in your bed? Or if you have any stories of friends, relatives, coworkers, if you have, this is sort of, the stories about the mothers that are still breastfeeding kids at like 6, 7, 8 years old. That's crazy too.
Or sound nutrition.
All right. Maybe kind of, cost efficient.
Part of your complete breakfast, mom walks out with no shirt on.
All right. Now, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. First of all, do you let your kids at an advanced age still sleep in your bed? Do you have any 8, 9, 10, 12-year-olds still sleeping in your bed with you? All right. Do you have any friends? Do you have any stories about this? Do you have any comments on this? I don't think that Roxanne ought to allow the 2.5-year-old daughter to still stay in the bed.
Well, you don't live in my house, so you don't have to worry about it.
Boom.
I don't have to worry about Doug drunk on White Claws every night. Apparently, how many White Claws does he put back every night?
That's what I'm wondering. How many?
I've asked that question, but I don't know. I think like 2.
Does White Claw have more alcohol than beer?
It's got something in it that's I don't like.
Because you have to drink 8 beers to really be.
Dude, just go online and look at the alcohol percentage of White Claw. White Claw. Just go to Google and type in what is the alcohol percentage of White Claw. All right, let's go. Oh my God, look at the phones. Every single line is ringing here. All right, let's go. 800-990-1047. If you get a busy signal, and you will right now, wait until a line clears and try to get in. So how old is too old to allow kids to sleep in the bed? Are you letting your old kids sleep in your bed still? All right, Jennifer is first up, Winter Haven. Hey, Jennifer, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. What's up?
So I'm not a single mom, but my husband and I do let our 7-year-old daughter sleep with us on occasion. We are trying to get her out of the habit, but we are also in a new house, and she gets scared sometimes. But more often than not, she does end up sleeping in the bed with us, and she'll sleep right between us. And
you know what happened, though, Jennifer, and tell me if I'm wrong, is you just allowed this probably to happen when they were 2, 3, 4, and you're probably saying, we got to stop this, but then they turn 5. Really, we got to get her out of the bed. Then there's 6, and before you know it, you're going to be a junior in high school. They're going to be still sleeping in the bed with you.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right, and it is hard trying to get them out of the habit. But you just have to be firm. But what do you do when they're scared and they're coming to you? I'm scared, and they got them teary eyes and stuff. Of course, you're going to say, "Come on, just for tonight," But then tomorrow night is just for tonight too.
Yeah, you put a padlock on the outside of the door and you lock them in their bedroom.
That's a little hard, but I can see your point. Yes.
So I want to. I know the lines are full, but I got to bring this up, MJ.
Yeah.
So you want to say, why is this wrong? Is it bad for the kid? And I will tell you, I went to my doctor one time, and he was like, I told him my baby sleeps with me. This is when Evelyn was sleeping with us when she was like 2 or whatever. And I said, yeah, she sleeps with us. He goes, well, Roxanne, how do you have sex? And I'm like,
your doctor asked you, how do you have sex?
That's a pickup line.
And I'm like, we don't do it in the middle of the night. I work in radio, and it's I'm getting up at 4:00 in the morning.
What kind of doctor was this?
Well, I like grabbing him as soon as he comes home from work. That's my preference. But hey.
There you go. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for the call.
TMI.
All right.
Thank you.
So Roxanne, before I go back to phones, What type of doctor was this asking you about you having sex with Dig Dug?
This was just my regular GP, not my OB.
So the
no.
general practitioner, your regular.
We were just talking you have these conversations with your doctor. I mean, I was like, whatever,
Seems
postpartum, blah blah blah.
A little creepy though.
Come on. It's just a conversation.
So Roxanne, how do you guys
Roxanne, let me tell you.
So what do you wear? And what's your favorite? All right, so let me grab Brandon in Sarasota. Brandon, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are well. All right, kids sleeping in your bed. What do you have to say about it?
So when my daughter was 4, naturally that's an age where they would be sleeping in your bed. I divorced her mom and I started dating. So I actually had to break her at about 4 because I didn't think it was appropriate for her to be in the bedroom with me and a woman who wasn't her mom.
Good sound decision making there.
Good call.
Yeah, but now she's 8, and she hasn't been broken on her mom's side, so she still sleeps in bed with her mom. And over the years, I've heard stories where her mom's been in bed with her and another man.
Oh, my God!
Her mom didn't respect it enough to do what I did. And I've brought it up to her mom, and she says it's not true, but I find it hard to believe that.
Brandon, what's the custody sharing? Like, how often do you have your daughter? How often does your ex-wife have your daughter?
We have it pretty much 50-50.
Do you guys live close together?
Yeah, I'm Sarasota. She's Lakewood Ranch.
All right, so fairly close. All right, buddy, thanks for the call,
I would
Brandon.
have a big issue with
Yeah.
in the oh my God.
Yeah.
Some dude that the mom met on like Tinder or something.
Oh.
You know.
Hey, Karen, it's cool if your trophy comes and sleeps in our bed with us. Come on.
All right, here's Anonymous in Riverview. Hey, Anonymous, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning, MJ. It's first-time caller here.
Well, thank you, Anonymous, for phoning in. What's your story with kids in bed?
Well, I am the single mother. You can check that box. And I've been single the entire time. I've raised her single since she was born. And she, at first, when she came home from the hospital, I was anti-sleeping in the bed. I was always terrified of rolling over on her and didn't want to suffocate her. And so she was always in her own crib, in her own toddler bed. And it wasn't until about 3.5, when I had gone through a breakup with somebody I was dating, to where she got very scared, and then she just hasn't left my bed since, and she's dead.
Okay. Good on you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the call.
I mean,
Yeah.
No judgment.
How does this
yeah,
end?
I mean, she's 10, but she is getting to that age, like you say, the tween age. So she is getting to that age where she's starting to want to be in her own room, and have her own space. And so she does go in there and want to sleep in there every once in a while, but every once in a while she is. So we are kind of getting to that, we're breaking her out of that phase. But, yeah, I mean, I have allowed it because I didn't have a man sleeping in the bed. I wouldn't have her sleeping in the bed with anybody else. But, you know, it's just one of those things, like, it's comforting to her, but it's also comforting to me because I've got a snuggle buddy.
Oh, good. Eventually she'll grow out of it.
Yeah.
We hope.
Again, you need to nip it sooner rather than later is what I would do.
You sound like you're a great mom.
All right, let's grab Michael. Michael, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Michael.
Hi. This is Michael.
Hey, Froggy, Froggy, you got to get near a window. We have really bad cell reception in this building.
I can't hear you.
Froggy. We had a whole joke laid out for you, man. And
Hello?
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
This is Michael.
Yes. You want to talk about kids sleeping in the bed?
Yeah. And I got Jesus juice and a special alarm and a
All right, that's enough of that.
At first, I didn't know which Michael it was.
Okay, so I saw the whole plan concocting, and I'm like, this is going to be really funny. Our listeners are in for a treat.
Megan's in Tampa. Hey, Megan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Sucked.
Hi, this is so cool. I've never been on the radio before.
Megan.
wow.
Megan, how old are you?
I am 22. Almost.
Your
My birthday's coming up.
you're almost 22?
Yes.
All right, so Megan, don't tell me you still sleep in your parents' bed.
Actually, I don't have kids. But I do have 7 siblings, so.
Now, I was talking about you still sleeping in your parents' bed. All right. So what's the story? What do you want to say?
I just had a question for, I don't know who I'm talking to. I just had a question for whoever is judging everyone whose kids sleep in their bed. I want to know.
All right. So hold on. Do you, Megan, do you know the name of this radio show?
Yes, this is 104.7.
It is. No, but do you know any of the names of the people on the show?
No.
Okay.
All right, it's the MJ Morning Show. I am MJ. We have Roxanne and Fester and Froggy.
Oh, Froggy, that's the guy that was just being weird. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
Froggy
yes,
was. Yeah,
yes.
Froggy was calling it as Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, did you just discover the MJ Morning Show?
Yes, I did.
Where are you from?
I'm from Port St. Lucie, Florida, but
Yeah. See, all right. So you're new to the Tampa Bay area?
I've been here for a couple years.
Well, there you go.
right.
We've been back for a couple of years. So listen, Megan, welcome, and hopefully you're an MJ Morning Show listener every day from now on.
Thank you.
All right, so go ahead. So what is your observation on kids sleeping in the bed?
Who is the guy that keeps judging everyone for having their kids sleep in their bed?
Oh,
Which
that
one
would
is
be
that?
MJ. That'd be the guy you're talking
MJ.
to. Yes.
How old are your kids?
My daughter is 21, so your age, and my son is 18.
And I assume they didn't sleep in your bed at all.
They did not.
Interesting.
Yeah, I kicked that right out of the bedroom early on when they started to get. You can't let them get into the habit. And then, Roxy, you got to be able to tell your kids no. And my kids have grown up to be very well-adjusted, great kids. But that
Let's
was
not
one.
compare kids.
That was one thing that we agreed on. We didn't want to start that habit of letting the kids sleep in the bed.
And that's good because you and Michelle were on the same page with that.
We were.
Yeah, your kids aren't spoiled at all now. You're right.
They're not.
I know. I'm saying.
They're well-grounded kids.
Very.
They're
All right,
good kids.
All right, so Megan,
Great kids.
I'm the guy that's all judgmental. So go ahead.
I never slept in my parents' bed. As far as I'm aware, I don't remember when I was really, really little, but I never slept in my parents' bed. And you are right. I turned out, great. Not spoiled, just like your kids, older.
Well, Megan, you sound delightful.
At least you're humble about it.
Now, Megan, are you in school or you work? What do you do?
I am heading to work now. I am at school at USF.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you the best with your career. And do me a favor, make us a habit every morning. MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. And I think you'll like listening to us every morning from now on.
And tell your school friends about us.
You got it. I mean, if I get all the radio, that's pretty cool.
Pretty
Go
cool,
Bulls,
Megan.
go
Thank
Bulls.
you. Have a great one, Megan. Look at that, 22-year-old brand new listener.
And she wanted to talk to the guy mocking everybody. Okay.
By the way, I just want to let everybody know the Michael Jackson bit that failed miserably was MJ's idea.
Sherry, listen, the failure was part of the concept.
Well, you don't hand me a cell phone.
Hold on. How long?
Don't hand me a cell phone.
How long do you think I was going to keep you on the phone as Michael
You
Jackson?
tell me the bit, and then I go call in and think about
The
it.
problem was poor cell reception.
Yeah, that was the
concept
problem.
was
Is it
hysterical.
technology?
That's another reason why I want to get out of this building is because we've got awful cell reception. Hey, Sherry's in Tampa. Hey, Sherry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
What's up, Sherry?
I'm 50 years old and I have a 6-year-old and she still sleeps in bed with me. And it doesn't bother me. It's comforting for both of us. So
All right, listen.
don't be so judgy.
Yeah, I'll stop being Mr. McJudgy face or whatever.
Sherry, what are you new? You know how this goes. Of course, MJ's
All right,
just.
Sherry.
Yes, it is true that I probably think it's more known, that people do that.
All right, now, Sherry, the question is, are you married? Is there a man in the bed in the
No,
picture?
I'm not married. I'm divorced.
Okay, so how long, Sherry, do you plan to allow your 6-year-old daughter to sleep in the bed with you at night?
As long as she wants to.
12, 13, 14?
Yep.
Okay, well,
Okey
that's a
doke.
little.
All right, listen,
much.
hey, that's why I'm taking phone calls. Sherry, thanks for calling.
Hey, I got to read a texter.
Yeah.
I think those that let their kids that age or even younger sleep in their bed either have low or no sex drive. That's not true.
From a texter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. So you're suggesting that because you allow your kids to sleep in your bed, you're disputing the fact that you have no or low sex drive?
Yeah, that's not true. If you've got any sex drive at all, you're not going to want the kids in there.
I mean, that's what the island in the kitchen is for.
Anonymous. Is this another Anonymous in Tampa? Hello, Anonymous. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Why do you want to be anonymous?
Because my husband listens to your show, and he was in blatant disagreement with me over this.
Okay.
But he'll probably recognize your voice.
What happened?
No. So our son he is now 9. He's never spent a night in our marital bed unless we were on vacation or something was just, different. But in our home, he never spent a single night in our bed.
So you were at odds with your husband. What side was each on?
Well, no, we both were on the same side, that we didn't want to have a child who was going to be 10 or 11 and end up sleeping in bed with us. So that was something we never started from day one.
Okay.
Our son always had his own bed, and even from the time he was age 3, he had a big boy bed, a double-sized bed, so at night we were comfortable reading to him and weren't like on our knees or sitting on the floor to read to him at night. Anyway, last year he had a major surgery. He had a tumor in the orbit of his left eye and had major facial reconstruction.
Wow.
And after that surgery, the doctor said for 12 weeks he cannot lay on that side, put any pressure on that side. And I said, how am I going to do this? I mean, am I going to be in there all night? And they said, well, yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going to sleep with your son for 12 weeks because if he puts any pressure on that, all the surgery we did, the 17 bones we reconstructed, going to come right back to the OR.
Wow.
That's understandable.
That's a medical exception.
That is a extenuating circumstance to the 12th power.
How's he doing?
So, but he did fine. But after those 12 weeks, he did not want me to leave, which was unlike my son, though, because like I said, for his whole life, he's never spent a night with us, and I was in his bed.
All right, the most important thing, how long ago was the surgery?
The surgery was just now a year ago.
All right, so how is your son? Is his sight okay? Did everything work out?
Yes, it was a benign but aggressive tumor,
and
everything healed amazingly. And I am now weaning myself back out of his bed. But my husband, after the 3 months, was like, okay, that's it. And we talked to the psychologist. We talked to another physician that was part of our team who said, this was not your son's personality. We're not concerned. If we're having this discussion 3 years from now, give him a year. Let him get over this. This was traumatic for him.
No, listen, that's an extenuating circumstance.
That's a little different than we're talking about clingy parents or clingy kids.
But obviously, you want to break it off as soon as you can. And listen, it's great to hear that your son is doing well. That's very enlightening. Thank you, and we appreciate you calling. Sam is in Spring Hill. And Andrew, I'm going to finish up the remaining calls on the board. These lines, this will go all day. Sam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ, what's up, man? Real quick, been listening since Power Pig MJ days. Literally bought a Crotchety Old Man CD from the back of your Toyota Supra and cash and carry at Spring Hill.
Hold on, wait a sec.
What?
Hold on. Now, I had a 94.
Dude, I remember those days, dude.
I had a 94 twin turbo Toyota Supra that they were giving away. Remember Tony Gonzalez over at Courtesy Toyota? I did some kind of remote or something over there.
We're practically giving these things away.
There was a glut of them. There was a total glut of, and it was a $50,000 car back then. But there was a glut. There was a whole glut of these twin turbo, like the Nissan 300ZXs and the Toyotas, and they were giving them away. I leased that car. Unbelievably, I leased the car for it was like $449 a month. It was it was the craziest low price lease. It was unbelievable for 3 years, and I should have kept that car. Do you know those cars are worth a fortune now?
Oh God, yeah, yep, for sure. I remember when I pulled up in the parking lot, I was like, "Dang, look at MJ riding around in the Super Turbo. I love it."
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun car. All right, so why did I sell you a CD out of my hatchback?
Oh, dude,
I don't. You were doing something. You came up to Spring Hill, and it was like weird drug deal going down in the back of the parking lot.
Do you remember there was a tent? I had to set the tent up in the middle of the cash and carry parking lot.
Oh, is that what it was?
And then you pull up like 30 seconds before go time. We had to be like at 4.
Yeah.
Right? So I set this tent up, and we put a table out, a couple of chairs, and you come zooming right in. You open up your trunk, and we start hocking them out of the back of your car.
And I'll tell you what. The minute we're done with these phone calls, I have a classic crotchety old man call queued up, which I'm going to play here.
Nice.
I'm going to play in just a second. Anyway, Sam, go ahead. Why'd you want to call about the whole kids in bed deal?
Oh, yeah, real quick. So I work 24-hour shifts. I do fire rescue. And so my wife has two of our daughters, 10 and 7, like every night that I'm gone for the 24-hour shift.
Are you like Hernando County?
Yeah, Hernando County. Yeah.
Got you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so they sleep with her in the bed, basically.
And what are the ages again? How old are the kids?
10 and 7. She doesn't like to sleep by herself, so when I'm gone, they kind of like sleep with her.
Sam, I think it's a little too old. I still think that Daddy can be away. I think Daddy can be away doing his amazing work serving the citizens of Hernando County doing fire and rescue. At 7 and 10, the kids ought to be able to stay in their own bed. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I told her, I'm like, how long are you going to do this for? Like, guy would be 15 years old. The girls still be in bed with you or whatever. Like, come on, man.
Hey, thanks for the call, Sam, and thank you for calling all these years later. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Love you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's grab 3 more calls quickly. April's in Tampa. April, MJ Morning Show, you're on. Go ahead.
Good morning. My children never slept in the bed with us. That was kind of our thing. They have their rooms, we have our rooms.
Yeah. See, we're in agreement, April. We could be together.
But
Whoa.
my husband got deployed when my son was in kindergarten, his whole kindergarten year. And, the whole kid in the bed thing for me was security kind of a thing. I knew where he was. He knew where I was. He was at that age when his dad deployed. He knew what was going on. It wasn't like he was 2 and he didn't know. It wasn't like he was 15 and he could kind of manage. He knew what was going on, but he didn't understand. So at night he would get nervous, and I was frankly nervous too. And I lived out in the middle of nowhere. So if he was in the bed with me and I heard noise, I knew something was in my house that didn't need to be there, and I'm out because my husband's also police. So we have things in our house we used to defend ourselves, and as long as my son's with me, I know nothing bad's going to happen to him. So if I hear noise in my house, they're going to answer. So
April, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right, quickly, Teresa is in Winter Haven. Teresa, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hey, MJ, how are you guys?
We are well. How old are your kids, and do you let them sleep in the bed with you?
Okay, so this was
Hey, Teresa, it sounds like you're in like the bathroom and the phone's in the shower.
Are
and
you
you're
in the bathroom right now, Teresa?
She's been kicked out of her own bed.
You got to take us off hands-free.
Teresa.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
okay,
there we go.
My daughter is 22 now, and she's at FSU, and she graduates in May.
Wow.
Okay, so this was a learning experience for me, but she did sleep with me pretty much off and on until she was 13. And because I was a single mom for that whole time period, I had a therapist that we would go see just to help me out. Not that anything was wrong, but with an absent dad, I used a therapist instead of family advice.
All right.
As I was raising her.
All right. So get to the facts here.
Okay. So the facts are when she started sleeping in my room.
How old?
From my room. She was up until she was 13, 14.
Oh wow, that's kind of long.
Yeah, she had her own room. She had everything. So, but the thing of it is, she took over my room. My room became her laundromat. But
why'd you let it go for so long?
I can't tell you that.
And at 22 years old now, is she normal or has she got some issues?
She graduates in May at the top. She's on the dean's list at FSU.
Is she sleeping in any professors' beds over there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, Mr. Child Psychologist, taking it down a dark path.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but she's a really good girl. She's only had.
What's her major? What is she going to graduate with?
Dietitian. She's going to go into psychiatric nutrition.
Awesome. Teresa, thanks for the call. Last one. Dade City is up next. And Felipe. Hello. Are you Felipe or Philippe?
Felipe.
Hey, Felipe. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
I got a two-part for this one. My first daughter, she was sleeping with us as a baby, and she quit breathing. And we had to, bring her back and everything. And
wow.
So
now, no one rolled on top of her, no?
No. I'm 320 pounds. So
The point is,
be a
they
good
were in
fight.
bed with her to know she stopped breathing.
Yeah, but there are times where kids get rolled over, and if you're 320 pounds, man, you can do a hurting on a kid.
That's
you
my
know?
wife. My wife would never let our daughter sleep in the bed with us because I'll roll over and kill the kid.
You're describing Fester at 320. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Felipe.
She slept on Mama's side, but that turned out good. But we got a 12-year-old, and whenever he was 10 years old, he used to. Mama used to sleep in his bed with him only because of medical reasons. You know, he had breathing problems and all that, but all that's taken care of, and she's back in the bed. So, yeah.
So you're all living happily ever after now? Is that the point? You're all living happily ever after?
Yes. Yeah, because she's back in bed, and I don't think that I agree with you 100%. Whenever they're more than 2 or 3 years old, they need to be in their own room.
Thanks for the call, Felipe. And my position was I didn't even want them to be that old. If the kids wandered into our bed like at 1, 1.5, 2 years old, we always took them right back. I that's something from the very beginning. I did not want that habit to begin. So
I have to say that I cannot get back to the hundreds of people who are texting us on this.
Yes.
But thank you for being part of the conversation. And a big theme, those who are pro about kids sleeping in the bed with them, is because of the conversations that you have. And I have to say that's why I do it, is good combos with Daviana.
In-depth conversations with the 2.5-year-old sleeping in your bed, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's
while your
improved her vocab.
fiance,
she listens to us talk.
While Dig Dug is drunk on White Claws because you can't have a conversation with him, right?
Hey, Daviana, today I'm going to tell you the differences between the mango and the raspberry. I love them.
I have a classic crotchety old man call I want to play in a minute. So we'll get a classic crotchety old man call in. It's a Christmas crotchety call. We'll get that in just a second. I also have a complaint email, the latest complaint email I must share with you. And, some of the things that irk listeners, it's sometimes the simplest things that piss people off. I got a guy that says he's going to find a new morning show because of blank. Something I did, something I said.
What? May I recommend Chad and Christy?
They are so good. It's the holidays right now, all Christmas.
I will explain. I'll share my complaint email in just a matter of moments. First, though, I wasn't prepared for those phone calls to go so long, and I kind of blew right by what I was supposed to do at about 7:45. About 20 minutes ago. I had teased an item that coming up, a woman was fired for. Do you have the promo? Andrew, the promo standing by. All right, listen to the promo. Listen to this. Got a story about a woman who was fired from her job for being too overweight. She wouldn't fit. What was her job? All right, that was my little teaser for yesterday. And everyone, hey, listen to the MJ Morning Show today. And a woman was fired from her job, she claims, because she was too overweight for the jump seat. Would anyone like to take a guess? Yes.
She was in charge of a skydiving operation.
No.
Jumping.
I mean, you're close. It does have to do with airplanes. Woman claims she was fired from her job for being too overweight because she couldn't fit in the jump seat.
Oh, she's a stewardess.
I don't think you call them stewardesses anymore.
It's more like a attendee.
Yeah.
It's my Seacrest impression. It's a flight attendant. Okay.
And guess what airline it was?
Oh, God.
Fat ass airline?
No.
Fester.
I don't know.
Fester. Inappropriate. Well, you are a fat ass.
But still, yeah. What? I don't know what.
Spirit.
Of course.
Oh, come on.
Of
Spirit.
course.
Do better.
Spirit Airlines. This woman claimed that she was fired. A former Spirit Airlines flight attendant is suing the airline. She said that she was terminated for being too overweight to buckle into the jump seat.
What? How much weight? Did she gain a bunch of weight in a short period of time?
I don't know. In the complaint, which was filed in November, U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, so that's down in Miami, an attorney for Chelsea Blackmon wrote that the plaintiff had undergone training and passed all training and compliance protocol before including being strapped into a jump seat, when she was put on active duty as a flight attendant and assigned to the Airbus 319 on or about September 3rd of 2021, she claimed that she was unable to buckle the jump seat seatbelt due to her size and was not allowed to use an expander. The complaint states that Blackmon, an African-American woman, was made to deplane before being placed on administrative leave. 5 days later, she was sent a letter from the airline to schedule an investigatory meeting on or about September 13th. Spirit Airlines allegedly held that meeting, which led to a letter that directed Blackmon to appear and demonstrate that she could buckle into a jump seat.
Don't they have I travel with my own seatbelt extender.
Well, apparently the flight attendants are not allowed to use an extender on the jump seat. They have a different type. They have a harness that they put on in the jump seat. On October 8th, the complaint said the airline directed the flight attendant to buckle up into a jump seat that was too small for her. And a week later, she was withheld from service. On or about November 3rd, Spirit Airlines terminated her, fired her, because she could not fit into the jump seat.
That doesn't seem right. Come on, Spirit.
That's not very spirit-filled, is it?
No, it
Well,
isn't.
first of all, what size was the flight attendant?
Yeah.
And all those jump seats are like 2/3 the size of a regular seat.
But listen, she went through all the training. Clearly, she was able to buckle in, and she did all of the prior training.
Yeah, and they...
Was she not on hundreds of flights before?
That's what I'm saying. What about the flight before this one?
I mean, thousands of flights? If you're a flight attendant?
I don't think she was on thousands of flights. She was a new flight attendant.
Okay.
So she'd done some flights, I would imagine, and then had trouble buckling into the 319. Anyway, Blackmon's attorney alleged that a white flight attendant, who was also in the early stages of her career and hired around the same time, was given several months to do so. What, to fit in the jump seat? How do you, if you're a flight attendant on the plane and you can't fit, how can you fly? How does what do you stand up?
You lock yourself in the lavatory and like write it out.
I don't know. Anyway, she's looking for back pay, front pay, compensatory damages. She wants punitive damages.
I hope she gets it.
Attorney's fees, a whole different. I need to see a picture of her. I don't have a picture of her in the story that I saw.
She looked like Brendan Fraser in that new movie.
What did he do? Did
The Whale?
He wore a fat suit in The Whale.
Hold on a sec.
Oh, that's right.
Andrew is saying that the Daily Mail has pictures of this woman.
All right.
Fester, can you find it?
Daily Whale?
No.
I mean, Mail. Oh, my God.
Froggy, come on.
Sorry. It was a slip.
Stop it. That's not nice. All right, so Daily Mail. No, dude.
What?
Do it. Oh, you got it? No, that's all right, Fester.
I'm at the Daily Mail. I have to look it up.
You want to go to Google and do the search from Google and not try to search on the Daily Mail website.
They have search engines too.
I know,
Google
but
is the best.
You'll get there faster. You want to type in Daily Mail, Spirit Airlines flight attendant fired overweight. All right? All right, so Fester's typing at the speed of a snail.
Do you have to say
WEI?
Overweight. I know. Here we go. Look at that. There's the Daily Mail story.
I totally could have found this in this amount of time.
Let me see. I could see where she's a
curvy
I've
lady.
seen flight attendants like that.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know. She's
getting through the aisle is going to be an
Spirit
issue.
colors in that photo.
She's swervy curvy, I'll tell you that.
If you're leaning a little off to your seat, she's going to knock you.
But again, the question is, how did she get through the hiring process and get through all of the training?
I thought she was going to be like 400 pounds.
And then this be the issue. You know, we've gone through our entire 2-hour Spirit flight attendant class. I mean, how long do they train the flight attendants for?
Anyway, fired, and now she's suing Spirit Airlines.
Well, I hope she looks like a lovely lady. I hope she
does.
what she needs. Flight
attendant school at Spirit cannot be that long because they don't just serve stuff, do they? I mean, it's like everything's by.
Yeah, I have never been on Spirit Airlines.
I went once. I had a nice experience.
And I don't know if I ever will be because Spirit is going to be purchased by JetBlue. And I guess if that passes all the regulatory crap, I guess that's going to happen sometime in the next, year or so.
So we go to a park in Tampa. I don't know the name of the park, but it's right north of the Howard Franklin Bridge south of the runway. And planes come very, very low as they land on approach.
Wait, so you're going to a park where you've got screaming jet engines at 140 decibels and your kids are playing out there?
You would love it because the planes are super low and you look up and
but your kids are going to have hearing damage.
Like Wayne's World.
They already have ears. That's all right.
It's like Tin Men or something.
Oh, look at that. That's a 757 Great White from 62.
So every time...
Well, the 757 was not around in 62.
Just a wild guess.
Every time...
Are you mocking me, Froggy?
No, not at all. But I love airplanes and everything about
Mr.
them.
I Love Airplanes is like adverse to the park that's really close to the runway.
So is there a point to your story before I play the classic crotchety call?
Well, if you guys are done, I'll tell you. Every time a plane flies over, every time a Spirit plane flies over, my daughter looks up and yells, "A snot rocket!" because it's yellow.
She stole that joke from me.
Really?
Is that what she heard it?
I think so.
I think it looks more like a flying French's mustard bottle. That's really
MJ
what it
yelled
looks
at me
like.
one time because I said they look like goobies.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you a classic crotchety old man call in the spirit of Christmas. You know, some stations go all Christmas music, which I
love it.
I can't take it.
Dude, Mariah Carey's #1 on the charts again.
I'm sorry. Especially when you go Christmas like back in September. It's like, come on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go, starting now, we're going to be all Christmas crotchety calls. Here we go, a classic crotchety old man call. Oh, thank God you've answered.
Good afternoon, the Barn Christmas Shop. Can I help you?
Oh, thank God you've answered. Let me speak to the friggin' idiot that sold me these Christmas lights.
Excuse me?
Let me speak to the friggin' idiot that sold me these Christmas lights. It was some guy.
What's the matter with the lights, ma'am?
I'm not a ma'am, I'm a sir. Put the guy on the phone. I don't have time for this small talk yak.
He's with a customer. Can you hold just a second, please?
Yes, I can.
This is Hank. Can I help you?
Hey, moron! Are you the crap for brains that sold me these 5,000 lights?
Excuse me, sir?
They're all defective. I spent 17 solid hours stringing up these 50 boxes of little tedious boogers. I wrapped them all around my tree, plugged them in. Absolutely nothing. Nada. Zilcho. Zero. Bubkish.
What, sir? You put all 5,000 of those lights on one tree? That's too many for one tree.
Don't you dare tell me what's too many, clerk boy. My left ass cheek has a higher IQ than you. Shut your hole and tell me how to fix these lights.
Sir, there's no need for you to be rude.
Don't you tell me how I need to be, you piece of monkey vomit. I'll be however I want to be.
With 5,000 lights on one outlet, you've probably blown a circuit breaker.
Oh, great. Now you're a scientist. I don't care what you do. How do I get these lights back in order?
Are you sure that you have electricity going to the tree?
Well, hold on a second. I'll unscrew one of these little bulbs from the little bitty socket. Okay, I'm gonna stick my tongue in now. And
what? Whoa!
Ho, holy sh**, I just got juiced up with like 3 million volts. Oh my God, it's all starting to arc and spark now. There's smoke coming out of your light set.
Unplug it, sir.
What?
Unplug the light.
Oh my God, I got a fire. It's on fire.
Well, put it out. Put the fire out.
The whole tree's on fire.
Get something and put it out.
Hold on, let me get the fire extinguisher. Hold on a minute. Oh my God. My whole living room is engulfed in flame. Where's the fire extinguisher? Oh my God, here it is. Okay, fire's out. You've ruined my house. My tree is a big melted pile of plastic goop. My drapes are on fire. Oh, even my little kid Chauncey's stocking is burnt to a crisp.
Oh no.
My place is just like the towering inferno. What's your name?
My name's Hank, sir.
Hank, I'm coming down there to get revenge on you. In my garage right now, I've got a World War II surplus U.S. Army flamethrower. I'm coming down there. I'm going to torch your store and burn it to the ground.
Wait a minute.
Then I'm going to kill that guy you got playing Santa Claus with a hatchet. Here I come. I'm coming down there right now.
Call the police. Call the police, quick.
That was brutal. I forgot about
Wow.
Yeah, that's
that.
awful.
I think we got to
Jeez.
talk. I don't know how well that held up.
You're listening to Joy FM.
I mean,
Remember tickle me Elwood would have been better.
I mean,
I come down there and murder you? Like, I don't know if that's a prank.
kill your Santa with a hatchet?
You're listening to the MJ Morning Show, actually.
Wow.
That got a little violent toward the end, didn't it?
You know how like some Disney shows have like a disclaimer that there are images that are project a different time that we no longer agree with?
Yeah.
I think we need to play that before that crotchety. I don't support going down to stores and
Like this was recorded, or this shows from a time where when cultural sensitivities were different, right?
I mean, I was offended a couple of different ways in that call.
Well, apparently I've offended David Fickey.
Mr. Fickey?
Mr. Fickey's all ficked off.
He's fickle.
Yeah, don't be so fickle, Mr. Fickey.
Well, David's angry at me. David says, "Dear MJ, I've listened to you for a very long time." This is essentially a breakup letter. David sent me a note here. Says that I've been listening to you every day since you returned. I really love the show and Roxanne and Fester and Froggy, but lately I'm annoying him. He is angry because I poo-pooed frozen pizza.
That's what made him angry?
Hold on. He's got a list of grievances here.
Of all the things.
All right, so David has a list of grievances. And one of the grievances is that I have talked poorly about frozen pizza and how... Do you remember what I said recently about what was it?
There was a nutritionist. It wasn't necessarily you, but there was a nutritionist who said how unhealthy frozen pizza is.
That's right.
And I made the case that, hey, it's no more or less unhealthy than regular pizza because of the stuff inside the meat.
That's right. And then Misty.
Well, then we took calls,
right?
And then one person from MacDill, and I forget her name.
It was a service woman, a service member, a woman from MacDill Air Force Base, and she apparently said that she gave her kid like frozen pizza every day,
but like the cheapest one, like the Totino's.
I said to her, I said, "Ma'am, that's probably not nutritionally good. Stop giving your kid frozen pizza every day." We had a story about frozen pizza was one of the most unhealthy things that you can eat. This is like 2 weeks ago, right? And it was a story about how frozen pizza is not good for your heart. I think heart health, and I'm a pizza snob. I'm the first to admit it, that I am a pizza critic to the point of being annoying. And I made a comment, though, like, "Ma'am, you can't give this kid frozen pizza every day." And you know what? She thanked me. At the end of the call, the service member at MacDill, she said, "You know what? I never thought of it that way." I'm like, please just give your kid a more balanced...
Right, I don't know if you remember the call exactly. I don't recall her saying, "Oh, gosh, well, thank you, MJ."
She said that. I do remember that.
I don't know if it was
Fester, the caller said, "You know what? You got me thinking now." And that was the point. I got the caller thinking. It was a very positive phone call. I thanked her for her military service at MacDill. And then we got Misty, Big Boob Misty, who has an email address, Misty Big Boobs. Remember, that was the first time she wrote us, angry that she couldn't believe that I dressed the caller down about what she feeds her kid. The caller thanked me for opening her eyes, and maybe frozen pizza every day for your kid is not the best of ideas. All right, now
we got Fickle over here.
Now I got David Fickey.
My apologies.
I got David Fickey that's all ticked off at me because I don't like frozen pizza. And what else? Listen to this. I just can't listen to someone that hates on Star Wars.
Oh, you made a couple people mad yesterday with that. Yesterday,
we were talking about Star Wars and that whole Hey, so we just took it off the button bar.
We talked about the Mandalorian and the clapper.
Andrew, get the two audio bites of the clapper ready to go. The main one and the ISO. Get them going. We just took them off the button bar. I didn't know I was going to talk about this. So yesterday we were talking about the clapper. clap on the clapper, and the clapper has a new Star Wars Mandalorian little baby mini Yoda looking thing.
You want the whole commercial?
Yeah. So you plug it in and then you clap on, and then this little what is the thing called? What is the Yoda lookalike called?
The name of the baby Yoda is Grogu.
Grogu.
Right.
And Grogu just says there's this creepy thing that comes out of this thing.
That's the voice of the Mandalorian who says, "The child is coming with me."
All right. So we get into the whole Star Wars conversation, and I made a comment that for me, Star Wars was over after Return of the Jedi. For me, the first three Star Wars movies, Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi, that for me, all the Star Wars movies after that, I just had no interest. And now David Fickey is all pissed off at me, and he can't listen because I don't like frozen pizza, and I'm hating on Star Wars, and he says he's got to find a new morning show now. Oh, my God.
What a Ficky.
Oh, my God is right.
Jeez. I mean,
those are the last things I would think would make someone make that decision.
Here's the Star Wars, the child clapper. Here, listen to this. Roll the
10 French world-class clapper. 721 claps a minute.
With the clapper, I only need 2 claps.
Clap on, clap off.
And now, from The Mandalorian, the child clapper with nightlight. Clap 2 times to turn your lamp on and off. Clap 3 times to turn on the nightlight. And hear the Mandalorian say, "The kid's coming with me."
Clap on, clap off.
I'm sorry, that's creepy. That sounds like some kidnapper. Sounds like the person that climbed the ladder and broke into the Lindbergh house and stole the Lindbergh baby.
Coming with me, kid.
Yeah,
coming with me.
Yeah, listen to this. Hit it again.
The kid's coming with me.
Jesus. Is that crazy?
MJ.
Anyway, so David's all ticked off at me. David is not listening anymore. He's going to find a new morning show because I don't like frozen pizza, and I haven't found a great frozen pizza, and also the fact that I stopped watching Star Wars and just don't have a like or a love for Star Wars after Return of the Jedi.
I've got an issue.
Yeah, what's on?
I'm on Walmart.com.
Yeah.
And I pulled up a picture of the baby Yoda clapper.
Right. Spit it out. Go ahead.
All right. Hold on. I'm getting there. The official dialogue that the Mandalorian says through the little 10-cent speaker built into this clapper is, the first thing he says is the one that we have. "The kid's coming with me."
Andrew, hit it again, please. "The kid's coming with me." You got it? One more time.
"The kid's coming with me."
Okay. Oh, and there's another one on the box that's not in the commercial.
It's in the show, but this is the most inappropriate thing in this context.
It also says, "Come on, baby, do the magic hand thing."
What?
Ew.
All right, this is
really creepy.
Something's going on. Somebody.
I think I said that to Michelle on our second date.
Oh.
And she cracked her knuckles.
She said, "Let me get the gloves out."
That is pretty creepy right there.
Come on, baby. Do that magic hand thing.
Yeah, Andrew wants me to take a call. Yes, Andrew, why do you want me to take a call?
It leads into the Star Wars thing.
Oh, really? All right, hang on a minute. Kyle's on the phone. Hey, Kyle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, MJ?
Are you ticked off that I don't like frozen pizza, nor do I like Star Wars after Return of the Jedi?
No, I'm actually on your side on this one. Listen.
Well, David Fickey in Zephyr Hills is not.
Well, he doesn't have to be, because I'm sick and tired of these Star Wars nerds. For 45 years, we've had to deal with all these people talking about Star Wars this, Star Wars that. And from cultural osmosis, I've never seen a Star Wars movie, and I still know too much about Star Wars.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You have never seen a Star Wars movie?
Never seen a Star Wars movie.
How old are you, Kyle? How old are you?
I'm 32.
And you've never seen a Star Wars movie?
No, and I know too much about them.
That's crazy.
Well, do you know that Baby Yoda can do something magical with his hand?
What
apparently?
about frozen pizza? Do you like frozen pizza?
I love frozen pizza. I fold that Totino's up like a taco and eat it like a taco.
Yeah, you sound like a frozen pizza guy, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
Should we call David up?
Do we want to?
I don't know.
He really seems on edge.
He gave you his phone number?
I have his, he says, please tell the gang, Roxanne, Froggy, Fester, I'm sorry. Maybe if they get rid of you, I'll return.
David.
But for now, I'll bid you farewell.
He's already saying goodbye.
Wow.
I wonder what he's listening to today.
You know what? I'm guessing 100% he's listening right now. I mean, so touchy. Come on, David.
He's not listening.
What?
He's not listening.
Why is that?
He just texted.
What are you writing down? I'm not
Wait
listening.
a minute. Did he really? He texted? He texted saying he's not listening while we're talking about him.
If you have his number, call him up. Call him and get him on the line. We can't.
He said he's listening to the shark.
Say it again. What?
God. He's listening to our sister station. The
Hang
Shark.
on a minute. Jeez. All right, let me call this guy up.
It's not true.
Hang on a minute.
Although it is great classic rock. After the morning show.
Tampa Bay's only classic rock.
Where I might hear,
Guys, would you shut up?
I might hear
what
a guy
are you guys doing?
I might hear a guy that sounds a lot like Froggy on the weekends on the Shark. Hey, Froggy, intro, pour some sugar on me or something, will you?
All right, will you pick up line? I dialed him on 5. Pick up 5. See if David picks up the phone.
All right.
And you got to pick up 5.
All right, I'm picking it up.
Is it ringing?
David.
You got him?
Hey, David. This is David who is pissed off at MJ about frozen pizza and Star Wars.
I put him on hold. Tell me I want to talk to him on the air.
All right, hold on. This is Fester. Hold on. MJ wants to have words with you, my friend. All right, he's on line 5.
David, you're listening to the MJ Morning Show, yes or no? It seems that you texted Roxanne, so you must have been listening.
No, I was listening to the Shark.
I told you. I told you he was listening to the Shark.
It is a sister station. All right. So, David, I got your email. Are you really serious that because I talked down about frozen pizza and the fact that for me Star Wars ended after the third one, you're done with me?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. You've gotten under my skin lately. I don't know why.
Well, David, how do I turn this around? Because you've mentioned a couple of things here, but you must love or like the bulk of the content, and a couple of things.
I have listened to you since day one, like MJ BJ days.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but just like when you came back, you were all right the first year.
Oh my God!
Wait, David, you're angry about frozen pizza and Star Wars. All right, David. All right, listen, David. Let's. How do we turn this around? What can I do to make you happy? Because I gotta believe that 90 to 95% of the content you're okay with. 5% ticks you off. What can I do, David, to retain you as a listener?
Make it look like the Roxanne and Froggy show. Yeah.
What? Dude, you have no idea how close that is to that being a reality.
Well, listen, I am meeting with management later today, and
Listen. David chimes in a lot. I'm because now I'm reading our past history. I know David, and he has a lot of nice things to say about the content.
Right.
Not about me and MJ apparently.
David, I mean, come on, man. David, I don't want to beg and grovel, but come on. David, would you give me another chance, please? And I'll go lighter on Star Wars and frozen pizza, okay?
Okay. And you want me to be honest with you? I have emailed you probably 20 times and never got a response from you. And I was really just like, you know what? I'm going to really see, because you were talking about big boobs being fake or something, and I'm like, I'm going to put my name and number on there, see if he responds.
Now, David, I try to get back with everybody, and there are tons of people that'll say, hey, MJ has responded. David, it's just the luck of the draw. I get so much email, I read everything. So let's be clear. Right. If you send me email, I read everything. I just, volume-wise, I don't always get a chance to respond to everyone, so I apologize. David, would you please give me another chance? Would you please love on me, MJ, one more time, please?
All right. I'm going to switch my radio back to 104.7, right?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I turned that frown upside down.
You asked the grown man to love on you one more time.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thank you, David.
All right.
MJ.
You could send me a Surface tablet too.
Oh my God! That's
Goodbye, David.
All right, David, come on, buddy. I apologize. All right.
I mean,
all right.
All right. Thanks, David. Bye, bye, David.
I mean,
hey, hold on, David. Merry Christmas.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Bye, bye, David.
See, I think that's a beautiful illustration of the depth of the relationship that you have with a listener.
I think
There are,
that's
thousands of Davids.
That's very awkward.
What is awkward?
You asked. Listen, we work awfully hard to have people tune into our show and listen and engage with us, but you just asked a grown man to love on you one more time.
Listen,
and wow,
it never ceases to amaze me the interesting triggers and what puts somebody off.
I think those were straws that broke the camel's back, is what those were with David.
The bottom line is, though, and we've learned this over the years, it doesn't matter what you say. I can say I love unicorns and cotton candy, and I've just made somebody cry. Somebody is now ticked off at me. I'm never listening again.
I know a person who choked to death on cotton candy.
My grandmother was impaled by a unicorn at a fair. She had cotton candy.
It perforated her kidneys and liver.
Oh, that stupid horn.
How could you, MJ?
You know, someone asked me recently, how do you deal with knowing that there are people that don't like you? And I was like, I would never want everyone to like me because that would mean I would just be like flat and fake. Like I want people to not like me because I probably wouldn't like them.
I ought to be like a hostage negotiator, like a crisis negotiator.
Oh, I handle like you handled David?
Yeah, I think I handled that very well.
Listen, I know you have hostages, but will you love on me once again? No, you're a terrible hostage negotiator.
All right, we got to deal with this TikTok situation. Now, there is a bipartisan call in Congress to ban TikTok. Now, hopefully I don't TikTok anyone off now.
Hey, good one. I just wanted to pop my head out and say that was awesome.
Thank you, Hal.
Good stuff.
All right, so TikTok is a Chinese communist government spy operation, folks. By doing business in China, the parent company of TikTok is called ByteDance Limited. And the Chinese communist government has access to everything.
Wait. What's the name?
I've never heard
ByteDance?
ByteDance. The parent company of TikTok is a company called ByteDance, B-Y-T-E, as in like terabyte, as in bytes of data.
I thought it's like, let's get dumb Americans to do dumb tricks where they bite each other and dance like fools. And that's basically what's happening on TikTok.
ByteDance Limited is the parent company that owns TikTok. And they're a Chinese company. And when you operate in China, the Chinese communist government can do whatever they want. They have access to all your data, all their material. And in fact, there's a lot of infiltration where Chinese intelligence, Chinese military, the Communist Party, that they utilize companies that operate worldwide to essentially do bidding, be able to spy internationally. And that's one of the concerns with TikTok is they are tracking people through the app. They are gathering all kinds of data. They are able to mold brains in the sense that you keep suggesting data, or you keep suggesting content, I should say. You can narrow people down the paths of going down rabbit holes.
Okay. I want to elaborate on that point because that one I don't think you hit on enough, and it's very true. They have Americans like going down the paths of stupid dances and stupid pranks that are going to get you killed. Yeah. And then they have Chinese going down the path of calculus.
Okay, this is true. So the way that TikTok works in other parts of the world, like here in the United States, all this goofy crap, all this like mind-numbing stuff, they don't allow the same stuff in China.
No.
So TikTok in China, it's more educational. They don't allow for all this mindless stuff. But also with their algorithms, they can start guiding young brains towards certain types of content, and it's repetitive. And if you keep doing things, you can mess with brains and minds and the psyche of young people. And that's what they're doing. The tracking, data collection, who we are, what we do. It's a Trojan horse. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is this is a pretty big deal that yesterday bipartisan legislation was introduced, Democrats and Republicans working together to ban TikTok in the United States. The averting the national threat of internet surveillance, oppression, censorship, and influence, and algorithmic learning by the Chinese Communist Party Act or Antisocial CCP Act would forbid transactions to TikTok or its parent company, ByteDance Limited, or a subsidiary or successor company of the two. Additionally, it would prohibit transactions with social media companies backed by China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, etc. Marco Rubio, our senior senator here in the state of Florida, he introduced the bill in the Senate. And then you had two representatives, a Republican and a Democrat. They introduced the bill in the House of Representatives. The federal government has yet to take a single meaningful action to protect American users from the threat of TikTok. This isn't about creative videos. This is about an app that is collecting data on tens of millions of American children and adults every day.
Oh, come on.
Fester, stop poo-pooing this.
All right.
This is real. This is true. Don't be an imbecile. Marco Rubio said, we know it's used to manipulate feeds and influence elections. We know it answers to the People's Republic of China. There is no more time to waste on meaningless negotiations with a CCP, Chinese Communist Party puppet company. It's time to ban Beijing-controlled TikTok for good.
Facebook does the same thing, and
it is an American company, and
so we're going to let Americans manipulate us?
Dude, Fester, you don't get it.
I don't.
You don't get it.
Americans at least are on the same team.
So
presumably.
somebody in China knows I'm into twerking videos?
The Chinese are going to use it for nefarious purposes. It's much different than Facebook, an American-run company. Dude, we are handing. You just don't get certain things.
I don't
you
get
just
this.
don't. Dude.
China believes the West is crumbling, and they see it with their TikTok that they're shoving down our throats.
The Chinese, you know what? They are feeding what they think is the crumbling by the degradation of our society and dumbing us down and following and tracking us. They're laughing all the way.
Very true.
Listen to this. TikTok is a digital fentanyl that's addicting Americans, collecting troves of data, censoring their news. It's also an increasingly powerful media company that's owned by ByteDance, which ultimately reports to the Chinese Communist Party, America's foremost adversary. That is Representative Gallagher from Wisconsin. So this is bipartisan. Democrats and Republicans are identifying and recognizing the dangers of TikTok.
You were right all along.
Dude, I've been saying this for years on this TikTok mess. I'm just pointing it out. I just think it's a good idea for parents and grandparents to get their kids and grandkids off of TikTok.
What if somebody like Shorty Shane is making a bunch of good money off TikTok?
Yeah. Guess
you
what?
expect him to just throw that away?
Whoever's making a ton of money, I mean, you're feeding the beast. You're feeding the devil, essentially. You're feeding a country. You're feeding the communist Chinese government that wants to take us down. They want to destroy the United States ultimately. Roxanne, you agree with me?
I'm with you wholeheartedly.
There we go.
I mean, I see Fester's point. I noticed my daughter, she wants to watch little shorts on YouTube. Now they have these little shorts. I don't know if they are linking you to TikTok videos, but I said, no.
No,
YouTube
is
develop
YouTube.
A sense of where you get engrossed in something for a period of time, not these little things that are going to cause you to have ADD. So we do it ourselves, yes, but at least it's Facebook owned by Americans versus a country that hates us.
So, MJ, you'll be happy to know that I have successfully squatted our name on TikTok, so nobody takes it.
You were operating on TikTok, and
I think we should have a TikTok page.
Well, I don't think so.
Okay,
I think that you just don't get it. And I told you to stop using. I don't want an MJ Morning Show TikTok page,
dude. What are you doing?
I know, dude. Oh no. So in our TikTok page, our caption is TikTok is spying on you. It is operated by the communist Chinese government, and they haven't taken us down. So thank you to the
Fester, you're asking for it.
Oh, so if you go to the MJ Morning Show TikTok, it says TikTok is spying on you.
Great.
It is operated by the communist Chinese government.
I thought you'd like that. We have no posts up.
I'll tell you what, Fester, since you don't, you're poo-pooing this, why don't you move to China and why don't you try to, why don't you, seriously, move to China and why don't you open up your big fat mouth and try to espouse your opinions and see how far you get in China where you'll be, sent off to some penal colony.
Okay, first of all, I'm sure the food's fantastic. I love Chinese.
Guess what?
Colony.
You'd be down to 150 pounds in a Chinese penal colony.
I have a very serious Chinese question that I need to ask you.
You won't fit in those little.
I have a very
What?
serious.
Yeah, how offensive is this going to be?
No.
Yeah, what?
I need somebody to tell me a restaurant that serves a good poo-poo platter.
Oh, we just shut up.
We're talking with the kids, right? And I guess my daughter said poo-poo, and my daughter said, "Oh, poo-poo platter," and she has no idea what it is. It used to be in New York.
I got to take a break. All right, quick break. We're back in a minute on the MJ Morning Show. Another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next on Q105. Stand by. If you are looking for a BMW, folks, let me tell you right now, the crew to be back before we come back from break, and no one's in here. Fester is now walking in. Froggy's.
Well, turn my mic on. I'm here.
You just walked in. It's disruptive. Roxanne's nowhere to be found. Anyway, all right. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105. MJ and the crew here. A large stack of crap we got to get to, and this is another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. First of all, Froggy, I'm very disappointed that you stopped watching the Meghan Markle, Prince Harry Netflix deal, because I was kind of counting on you to get kind of the dirt and to find out, like...
Why don't you guys watch it? I can't get into it. Their love annoys me.
All right, now, how many episodes is this thing?
I think the brand new ones come out tomorrow, episodes 3 and 4.
Whoa. Are you telling me that Netflix is breaking the model? Yeah. They've busted the model of having everything dump at once?
Yeah, they're breaking it up. They're making people wait.
That's like anti-Netflix previous model for content distribution.
So I think they put out last week the first 2 episodes, which were the boring episodes. Apparently the juicy stuff starts now.
Well, is it out?
I don't know.
You know what? I need somebody... I need someone to call up right now. I need somebody that has already watched all of the Harry and Meghan Markle.
What about your daughter, Chloe?
She hasn't watched it.
I will say one thing I noticed.
What?
Meghan Markle, lovely girl. Horrible feet.
No. Wait a sec. No. She is not a lovely girl. She's I think, a royal family wrecker.
I'm just saying her face is lovely.
I don't think she wrecked anything. I think there was already big cracks in the royal family before she rolled along.
She's one of those girls that you like, oh my gosh, you're lovely. And then you look down at those feet and you're like, ugh.
Hold on, you're really honing in on Meghan Markle's feet?
There's some eagle's claws, dude. You got to see them.
All right, hang on. Let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Let's go to phones on the whole Meghan Markle thing. 800-990-1047. So I need to know, has the good dirt, has anything really spectacular hit with this whole Netflix Prince? Well, he's not Prince anymore. Didn't they take his title away? What's his story?
Yes.
So Harry and Meghan, the documentary series. Now, they're saying that it sets a record for Netflix.
Everything. They said about everything now.
28 million members watching. So, and then what is this? All of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's fresh attacks on the royal family in $100 million Netflix series?
So right now they're up to episode 3.
Hold on. Did they pay them $100 million for this?
What? They have an agreement to produce several things. They're going to work together moving forward.
All right, but Harry and Meghan, they have $100 million deal with Netflix? Netflix is giving them $100 million?
Yeah.
That's,
oh, my God.
Good move,
hang
Harry.
on. You know who's calling us? Rachel the Flying Tomato from the old MJ Morning Show days. And now Rachel's in our digital department here, cracking the whip here at the Beasley Media Group. Rachel, how far along are you in Meghan and Harry?
I watched the first 3 episodes, and the next 3 come out tomorrow.
I got you. All right.
Thank you.
So people were complaining that the first stuff was boring and they really didn't drop all kinds of really juicy stuff. Do you agree?
Yeah. And I think they're kind of setting the stage. And
All right, now what about number 3? So are all 3 of the original dropped episodes, are they all boring?
The third one starts to pick up a little bit.
Like, what is the worst piece of news, or what's the biggest piece of gossip? What's the juiciest stuff that's emerged in, let's say, episode 3?
That she couldn't invite her niece that she's really close with to the wedding because her stepsister was, like, spewing all these royal secrets, apparently. And so the royal people told her that she couldn't invite her niece, who she's really close to, because her stepsister was, like, spouting all these things. And then the thing about her father, about him, like, posing for photos right beforehand, and was he in the hospital right beforehand, or had somebody gotten to him from the tabloids, and how she didn't invite him to he was not coming to the wedding.
Now, is the expectation, Rachel, that some really nasty, ugly, behind-the-scenes, really dirty, juicy gossip is going to be coming?
That's what I'm hoping, and that's why I'm still watching. But I don't know because I don't see that. They're more or less revealing how the press works with the monarchy, how like it's an extension of them. That's really
Right.
what they've been talking about.
Yeah, pretty boring.
So I don't know that like Harry and Meghan are going to like badmouth Kate and William or whomever.
See, but that's what people want. That's what people want. It's the Schadenfreude. It's the, people are wanting.
Watching.
All right. Yeah, but what if they suck you into? All right, how many total episodes are supposed to occur?
I believe there are 6. So the first 3 have already been out, and then the next 3 come out tomorrow.
Well, they better step it up here, or else it's going to be just a colossal. And is each episode an hour?
About 45 minutes. The last one, I believe, was like 59 minutes or exactly an hour. But
Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hold on. Sherry's in Pinellas. Sherry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi there, MJ. How are you?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I thought I watched the first 3 episodes. I thought it was very interesting to learn about some of the backstory of how they were treated.
I mean, I want to hear about King Charles's Peyronie's disease, whatever that is.
Whoa.
It's to the
How
left,
would-
darling.
How would Meghan know that?
I don't know. No, I'm just saying. I want to hear this crazy gossip. You know.
Yeah, well, what I found the most interesting was the whole story about her father not being able to walk her down the aisle. Really had to do with him selling stuff to the tabloids.
Oh, that's right. So Meghan Markle's father, who's kind of a weirdo, right? He was selling stuff to the tabloids, kind of breaking protocol.
Right. And they were trying to reach out to him to find out what was going on, and he just wouldn't answer their calls. And
Isn't the guy like a vagrant?
He's kind of white trashy.
Hey, thanks, Sherry. Appreciate it. All right, totally unrelated. Bradley's on the phone from San Antonio, Texas. He wants a recipe. Is that Bradley? Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. What can I do for you?
Hey, good morning.
Yes, Brad.
Some WD-40
Yeah.
for that door, Brad.
Get that hinge oiled up.
Excuse me?
Yeah, go ahead, Brad. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I messaged you a few weeks ago on Instagram. You gave me your cacio e pepe recipe, and I'm the one who told you that my fiance loves your pomodoro recipe.
Oh, recipe swapper buddies. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the guy who got so much booty from the sauce.
Oh, he got my recipe for the cacio e pepe, which translates in Italian to just cheese and pepper. Cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper, and it's a very simple Roman dish. Use a great sharp pecorino and pasta water, and that's like it. It's pasta water, it's the cheese, and it's the pasta and the pepper. That's it. So now what can I do for you? You looking for something else?
Oh, no. I was just hoping you could send me that recipe again.
Jeez.
I lost all my Instagram chats. And
Hold on, which recipe? The
cacio e pepe?
The pomodoro?
No, so I've got the pomodoro. My girlfriend loves that. That's the booty sauce, man. But I need to make the cacio e pepe.
Brad, you're interrupting the show because you lost a recipe because you're so irresponsible.
Brad. Roxanne, you're berating our listeners now.
He is really desperate for booty and
tell you
needs
what,
MJ sauce to get it.
Send me another message, and then I'll take care of it today.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, but look how I bend over backwards. Look what I
You're
do for our
so
listeners.
accommodating. You really
Look what I do for our listeners here. All right, moving along. A lot of things we got to get to here in the final hour of the MJ Morning Show here on a Wednesday. Oh, and just a little programming note. I am meeting with management at 10 o'clock.
I'm excited.
So I'm meeting with our new general manager regarding my contract expiration. My contract expires at the end of this month, and I have not signed anything new. I don't know if we can come to terms.
MJ's contract countdown. MJ's contract countdown.
And I'll let you know what's happening tomorrow morning, or I might maybe shoot a video later on, maybe an Instagram Live, or let everyone know how the meeting went even before tomorrow's show. Again, I encourage all of you to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, my personal account. And that's where let's say I just disappear. Let's say that I can't come to an agreement and I just go away. And that sometimes happens in radio. You just, I'm gone. Don't get a chance to say goodbye. I'm just gone. And if that happens, go to my Instagram for all updates and details. Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. Tom Brady apparently was shocked. Remember the story we had early this week that Tom Brady allegedly purchased 100 tickets for his so-called homecoming game of going out to California, playing the San Francisco 49ers.
He grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes. Did he grow up like in San Mateo or something, or somewhere nearby?
Sounds right.
And Tom Brady had 100 friends and family at the game. He bought 100 tickets. And Tom Brady says that he was shocked that this actually occurred. With all of his friends and family at the game, Tom Brady was shocked that this occurred. Froggy.
Yes.
Fester. Roxanne. Do you know why Tom Brady was shocked after he had 100 friends and family in the stadium watching the 49ers rail the Buccaneers last weekend?
I do, so I am recused.
What?
You're accusing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All
I want to
right.
hear some creative answers.
All right, Fester, why do you think Tom Brady was shocked? Shocked, I said. Shocked.
I mean, he was shocked because what? Nobody showed up. He bought 100 tickets and they all went empty.
No.
All his
Why would
ingrate.
What do you think? His family hates him?
I mean,
That's the total opposite.
what? Too many people showed up?
No.
Oh, that would be the total opposite of nobody showed up.
Oh, gee. The heck was? What is this, Operation?
You don't like that buzzer?
I hate it.
My original.
That is an Operation Buzzer. Stop it.
No, it's not. That's a Price is Right buzzer as well.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's used on The Price is Right along with... Yeah. Come on, Froggy, do you know why was Tom Brady shocked?
He was shocked because they got awful seats.
No. Roxanne, why don't you tell everyone why Tom Brady bought 100 seats for friends and family for the game out in San Francisco. Buccaneers got railed 35-7. The first half was zero. The Bucs had nothing for the first half. So why was Tom Brady shocked? What was he shocked at, Roxanne?
Well, this gives you a little peek inside the window of the home that Tom grew up in. He was shocked that his family even stuck around to see the entire game because it was so bad.
That is true. That's right.
I mean, well, hold on now.
You love your new sound effects.
I mean,
No, I've always had these sound effects.
they're happy to see Tom.
Wow. What are they going to do, leave?
I'm going to take those buttons back.
I know, right?
So,
Thank you,
listen, they're
Andrew.
happy to see Tom, but they've been living in the San Francisco area their whole lives. They're probably closet 49er fans.
Roxanne is correct. Tom Brady was shocked that all of his friends and family actually stayed for the whole game because they were sucking so bad. Tom Brady, I guess he doesn't really think much of his friends and family. He thought that they would have just vacated, that they would have left that stink fest, beat the traffic out of there, you know?
He thinks they're expected to winning. They have expectations. Let's get out of here. Tom's losing. Team looks terrible.
If this happened at Buccaneer Stadium, if this happened at Raymond James Stadium where the 49ers come into town, or they're beating the Buccaneers, whatever, 28-0 at halftime, 35-0 at the third quarter, that stadium is 3/4 empty at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Did you see the latest clickbait story about traffic and driving? Did you see this?
No.
We are on the list of the most aggressive holiday drivers. First of all, how the hell do you delineate what's a regular driver and what's a holiday driver?
And what's an aggressive regular driver and an aggressive holiday driver?
Maybe if somebody's from out of town, they're a holiday.
They're on
they're here
holiday.
All right. Gas Buddy. You know the website Gas Buddy?
Yeah.
Gas Buddy keeps track of gas prices. They tell you where the cheapest gas is, etc. Well, guess what? I guess they're gassing up the tank, and folks like me are talking about it. Total clickbait. This is why you do this stuff. And we are in the top 10 list for the most aggressive drivers during the holiday season. Hey, Andrew, I want to see if you are in tune. If I'm talking about aggressive holiday drivers, bad, nasty holiday drivers, What Christmas song could you play from the archives right now that would be a soundtrack for this story? Let's see. I'm not going to prompt you. Guys, don't say a word. Let's see if Andrew can deliver. I'm talking about the most aggressive holiday drivers. What Christmas song fits the bill before I go down the top 10 list of the most aggressive cities for holiday drivers?
And Andrew, here's a hint. There's just one.
Let me hear it.
What?
This is not a Christmas song.
That's it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Roxanne?
No!
Can I give the answer?
Whoa!
This is the song. This fits.
Holiday Road. This is not it.
Because it says holiday doesn't make it a Christmas song.
Holiday Road.
This is as much an Arbor Day song as anything else.
Why'd you shut it off before the hook? I love the song.
Well, yeah, but it's a good song.
It's the
'Cause you were
wrong.
saying it was wrong. That's why.
It's the wrong answer.
Play it
but,
again, Andrew.
But I love the song.
The answer is very close to my heart, as you know.
Oh, come on. I can't believe. Well, play the song. I want to hear the hook. Thank you. Holiday Road.
I know.
The fabulous Lindsey Buckingham, ladies and gentlemen.
You play the whole thing?
No. All right.
So the more I read about Lindsey Buckingham, he's a real piece of crap guy.
He's a difficult dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a very talented guy.
Very talented, not a good boyfriend.
All right. Now, really, you want to get a second crack at this? I'm doing a story on the Tampa Bay area on the list for the most aggressive holiday drivers. I've asked for a Christmas song that fits in perfectly, and you can't come up with a specific Christmas song that is played every single Christmas.
Can I go in there and tell him?
That doesn't narrow it down at all.
All right, Froggy. All right, hold on. Don't give it on the air. Froggy.
Oh, I know what it is.
Hang on. Hey, Froggy, go into the producer booth, and you bring up the song in the producer booth and play it. Let me see if Froggy knows the correct answer. I just
figured it out.
Don't blurt it out.
You had your shot.
We are waiting.
Two answers.
We are waiting. So let's see if Froggy knows the song that I'm talking about. And Froggy, hit it.
Today.
Sometime today. There we go.
That's it.
This is it.
Grandma got run over
by a reindeer. Here. This is it.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
Why'd it take so long to play, Andrew?
He played it, and then the computer just sat there.
You just sat there?
Yeah, I watched it.
Is that Wide Orbit? Yeah. What a piece of crap.
Grandpa, we believe. She'd been drinking too much eggnog.
This is it, man. How can you not instantly think of an aggressive holiday driver song? This is about Santa Claus is drunk, right? And running over Grandma.
Well, from a storytelling standpoint, yes, this one fits better, but Holiday Road is specifically holiday drivers.
You know, my teacher in 8th grade
But
was...
there's nothing about aggressive bad drivers in Holiday Road. This song's about Grandma gets run over by a reindeer.
What about your teacher?
Claws marks on her back. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
My teacher in 8th grade, my music teacher, was Patsy, Mrs. Shropshire.
Oh, that's right. You told us about that.
Isn't that amazing?
All right, now, this is what? Is this Tampa Catholic?
No, this is Incarnation Catholic School.
All right, so,
what is Elmo and Patsy, or who sang this song?
Elmo and Patsy.
Elmo and Patsy.
Mrs. Shropshire was my teacher.
And Froggy's music teacher was actually the Patsy from Elmo and Patsy.
And she was like, I'm going to play, I don't know if anybody knows, but I've done a little music in my past. I'm going to play you a video. And she looked a little different than she did in the video.
Right.
Like, you know?
Okay.
And I go, and we're like, you're Patsy from Grandma got over right there. It was like her big.
Froggy, I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, let me try to say it again. I go, you're Patsy from Grandma got over right there.
Froggy, can you just say it normally?
You're Patsy from Grandma got run over by the reindeer.
Try English.
And then she had a square dance.
All right, so here's the list. Tampa Bay area, we are on the list for the most aggressive holiday drivers. Top 10, according to a new study. And I just don't know, how do you do a study and delineate aggressive holiday drivers versus just aggressive drivers in general year round?
I've always felt that the Tampa Bay area is an aggressive driving
It is.
area.
It is.
And Tampa is a holiday destination for people who are stuck in the bitter cold of the north.
Gas Buddy said having 3 Florida cities on the list gives the Sunshine State a most aggressive status across all 50 states. The aggressive driving habits used for the rankings were hard braking, speeding, and rapid acceleration. But where do you get this data? How do you put the list together? Somebody get me Patrick DeHaan on the phone from Gas Buddy. The holidays can bring out both the best and worst of us trying to run around and get everything done, prepared before the holidays, coupled with high prices. I think we're just falling for clickbait here. Now, Gas Buddy's a good site. This guy, Patrick DeHaan, and he shows up. You'll see him on Fox News. You'll see him on CNN or MSNBC. He gets interviewed quite a bit with gas prices. It's a good site. But I don't know how the hell they put together a list. Where do they get their data?
Maybe they took data during the holidays and there was more accidents.
How do you collate the data for hard braking, speeding, rapid acceleration? I just know that the Tampa Bay area is filled with just aggressive, weaving, swerving drivers. And I've seen, my fair share of road rage on our road. I've seen people driving on shoulders to pass cars.
Drive around in the 5 o'clock hour and you'll see it. 5 a.m. hour and you'll see that.
All right, you ready for the list, folks? Here it is, top 10. Top 10 most aggressive holiday driver cities. Coming in at number 10 is Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, very aggressive in Memphis.
Coming in at number 9, those Mormons, man. Salt Lake City, Utah.
You think they're so polite and nice, those Mormons, but
driving home to have sex with their wives.
We're number, what did you say?
Driving home to have sex with their wives.
With their multiple wives.
All of
them.
Isn't that what they do?
Dude, that is... The whole polygamy thing, that is antiquated and outdated.
See, now they're sister wives.
No, guys, no.
There's a reality show about it.
I've seen the show.
Yeah, it's not like poking fun. It's just facts.
All right, fine.
We're dropping truth
So
bombs.
you got
a little poking fun.
10 is Memphis, Tennessee. Number 9 is Salt Lake City, Utah. We're number 8. The Tampa Bay area, number 8. Tampa, St. Petersburg, number 8 on the most aggressive holiday driver list.
We should be number 1.
You know what? I got to get... Hey,
I'm going to send him an email. I'm on his website right now.
Send him a note right now. Let's see if we can get him on before the end of the show. Send Patrick DeHaan an email right now. I want to know, how do you get the data for hard-braking, most aggressive drivers? Listen, if you're doing clickbait stuff, I get it. You have a good website, and everyone wants web traffic. But I want to know, how do you put this together? I think it's a fair question. All right, so number 8 is us, Tampa Bay area, Tampa, St. Petersburg. Coming in at number 7, Oklahoma City. Number 6 is Richmond, Virginia. Number 5 is Birmingham, Alabama. Number 4 is Orlando. Number 3 is Nashville, Tennessee. Number 2 is Jacksonville. And coming in at number 1 for the most aggressive holiday drivers are those sons out in Tucson, Arizona. So it's Tucson, Arizona. Most aggressive holiday drivers. And we're number 8 here in the Tampa Bay area. How do you put this together? I mean, you just come up with a list and just be kind of geographically diverse and...
Yeah.
Fester's sending, dude, how long does it take you to send a note?
I have to type a letter out. Hey, Patrick, this is Fester from...
Dude, it looks like a hostage letter. You got capital letters and lowercase. I mean, it's like...
capitalize MJ, then capitalize
No,
M, then
morning
lowercase.
show has like a mixture of capitals and in the middle of the word.
I go back and proofread it before I
very
send
good.
it.
So let's try to get this Patrick DeHaan guy on. I want to know what the criteria is. How do you get this data? All right, Roxanne.
MJ.
Have you ever walked backward?
I did. Yes, I have. To answer your question, yes.
Do you know that there is a claim that walking backward is the secret to your physical and cognitive health?
I didn't connect the cognitive dots, but that makes sense. I could see why it would be good for your butt.
Walking backward. One form of walking can reap benefits that a traditional forward walk can't, and that's walking backward. Non-traditional form of movement can strengthen your mind, your muscles, and joints. One of the benefits of walking backward, they write backwards.
It's backwards.
See, I use backward.
Well, that's
walking
wrong.
back. You know what? I know there's a whole Google search on this.
I don't care.
Anyway, they write one of the health benefits of walking backwards, but I say backward, is that it can help strengthen your mind and coordination. Doing something like challenging the body to walk backwards requires actually quite a lot of coordination, quite a lot of effort, and it's asking your brain to do something it's not used to doing.
So how long would it be until someone reported me to management if I just walked through the building backwards? Everything I did. I went to get coffee backwards. I went to,
Didn't work for Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I'm going to walk backwards.
How annoying would that be?
I'm going to walk backward to the general manager's office for my
You
10
should.
o'clock contract meeting this morning.
You know what I do sometimes,
Yeah.
though? I try to do things with my left hand to kind of mix up my brain.
To mix
get my
things up?
brain, yeah. Like I'll brush
I do too.
Yeah, call it the stranger.
You spell Florida. Dude. You know what, guys?
I wasn't talking about that.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about
you-
swinging a bat.
Listen,
Fester, you've misspelled Florida in your email to this guy.
I proofread these things before I
Yeah,
send
whatever.
them. There you go. Hey, Patrick, this is Fester from the MJ Morning Show. We were reading your list of aggressive holiday drivers. Tampa and the state of Florida ranked pretty high. We were hoping you'd give us a call. We had some questions about the formulation of the list.
Right. Are you available right now? And then send it off. We only have like one segment to go. Send it off right now.
I'll send it off right now.
Why don't you include our hotline? You want to do that?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know our hotline.
No, I got it right here. Here's our hotline. Q105 hotline. All right. So here. Grab my phone. It's the top one on my address book.
Okay.
All right. When we get back, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we'll have an answer from the Gas Buddy guy. And I'm going to take him. I actually have to go to the bathroom. So I haven't left the studio. I'm going to walk to the bathroom backward right now.
Well, I have to go too.
And see what it's like.
You guys should race to the bathroom backward.
All right, when we get back, we got to do the atomic wedgie story.
You want to cross streams?
I dumped that.
Why?
I am so glad you said it and not me.
Come on, man.
I was legit thinking that in my head.
Between, do you guys even know who our audience is? Between Fester and Froggy.
What are you talking about? I have young kids.
Yeah, people who
You even know who our audience is?
people who laugh at jokes.
I just dumped that.
People who find things
That
funny.
was funny.
And also, we've got passengers kicked off a flight for saying a word that has to do with the human anatomy. So what gets you kicked off a flight these days, we'll tell you. Oh, also, do you hear what Joe Exotic wants?
Oh, God.
Joe Exotic from the whole Tiger King Netflix documentary. He now wants some treatment that somebody else got. I'll explain. Man, we got a lot of stuff. We'll get to it all next. Don't move. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next here on Q105. But first, guess what time it is? It's time for some TSO. It's time for some Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And it is now row 3. Right now, we'll take caller number 50. Caller 50. Caller 50, you will get a 4-pack of third row seats for Trans-Siberian Orchestra for this Sunday. So Trans-Siberian Orchestra, they do 2 shows on Sunday at Amalie. What a show they put on, man. Unbelievable. Everyone raves about Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and we'll take caller number 50 right now, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047, caller 50. You'll get a 4-pack of third row seats. Tomorrow morning at this time, we'll do the second row, and then on Friday, we'll give away front row seats, a 4-pack, to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So good luck. 800-990-1047, caller 50 right now from the MJ Morning Show. You know what's great about playing... Roxanne, Froggy, and Fester, and man, that was some quick turnaround. So Fester fires off an email to Patrick DeHaan from GasBuddy.com because we had some questions about the data and how you get a list of the most aggressive holiday drivers. And on the top 10 list, Tampa Bay area, Tampa St. Pete comes in at number 8 on the list. And boom, like that, Patrick DeHaan from Gas Buddy answers us right away. He's on the hotline. Patrick, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You know, we see you on Fox. We see you on CNN. I mean, you seem to be the the go-to guy on gas issues. Did you see the story that Orlando, the airport was running out of jet fuel and that they had to cancel some flights?
You know, I got into it a little bit with some guy that calls himself an airline expert,
right?
Because he has some sources at American, and you know, it's really interesting. Because those of you in Tampa know Port Tampa handles a lot of the gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel that comes into the area. So, you know, Houston ship channel, some of the refiners in the Gulf Coast, some of those ship channels were shut for fog. So just goes to show that, you know, maybe not as much like jet fuel, but gasoline is very much just in time as well, right? That is, you know, there's not this infinite amount of storage that we draw down on, like when the Colonial Pipeline happened. So you know, things have eased up now. The products are moving into the port, and they're getting shipped in the pipeline from Tampa to Orlando, and now things are improving.
But I saw that on Monday, I think like 4 flights were canceled, a couple were delayed, and the warning went out to the airlines for the airport, you know, make sure you have enough fuel to get out, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, thankfully airlines are kind of used to this. In fact, with the year it's kind of been, this term, probably something not many people have heard about, tankering. Planes basically fill up completely full. My wife was in Orlando. Her plane from Chicago flew down with a full tank, and it can make it both ways. Now, you did see some cancellations because some of these flights may be wide-body aircraft, right, that fly overseas, and they need a lot of fuel, and that's not really possible.
Yeah, I mean, you get a heavy, you get a 787, you get an Airbus 330 or a 767-400. You know, you get one of those coming in from overseas. Obviously, their tanks are going to be pretty much depleted when they land. They need to gas up to get out.
In some cases, yeah, absolutely. But some of those still have an 8,000-mile range or so. So it's certainly dependent on the airline. But yeah, it's tough to do, and we saw airlines basically doing that earlier this year because jet fuel in the Northeast was like $6 or $7 a gallon. So a lot of the jets that were running between, say, Chicago or Florida and New York were probably taking as much fuel with them so that they didn't have to buy as much of that expensive fuel in the Northeast.
And then a lot of times the airlines like to run as light as possible because heavier planes mean more fuel burn, and that typically is more expensive. Hey, so Patrick, the reason why we have you on is I'm holding the list of the most aggressive holiday drivers. And, you know, I said, listen, this is good stuff. We like Gas Buddy. We use the website quite a bit. I'm like, but I'm wondering, listen, how do you get the data? How do you put together a top 10 list of the most aggressive drivers, including braking or hard braking, speeding, rapid acceleration? How do you put all these data points together to come up with a top 10 list?
Well, you know, I was going to look at the methodology because earlier this year I had moved down to Tampa for a month, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't skewing the data when I lived in Tampa for a month because, I mean, you know, traffic was pretty heavy. But how we get this is there's a feature in the Gas Buddy app because Gas Buddy is all about saving you money at the pump.
Yep.
And in turn, we try to help you drive more fuel efficiently. So one of the features that you can sign up for in the app is to basically help tell you, hey, you could use some improvement here. You're really depleting your fuel efficiency by using your cell phone, right, the accelerometer. And so you can opt into this feature where if you accelerate too quickly or hard, or brake too hard, or speed, that the app says, hey, you know what, you're probably reducing your fuel efficiency 25%, because when gas was $4 and $5, that 25% is like spending an extra $1 a gallon. Nobody wants to do that.
You know, I just read this story. I just read the headline. I glanced at it, but now this is starting to make sense that if you drive around with a half full bowl of water in your car, that it helps you save on gas.
Have you heard of that, Patrick?
Well, I haven't, but I'm wondering if,
Hold on. Did you say you have or you haven't?
Water spill.
Hold on.
I have not.
Okay,
No.
you haven't. All right. So Roxanne mentioned this to me earlier this morning.
What?
Roxanne brought me. Roxanne brings me a story. If you want to save on gas, drive around with a half full bowl of water in your car. And Patrick, you got it. The theory here is you never want any of the water to spill out of the bowl into the car. And if you drive without spilling the water, then theoretically you're driving less aggressively, you're not mashing down the accelerator, you're not hard braking, and you're saving fuel by driving more in that sweet spot and limiting the fuel burn.
It's amazing that Fred Flintstone must have come up with that back in the day before cell phones.
That's the original gas
Just
buddy.
imagine it with a half bowl of water and his yabba dabba doo, and the feet, he didn't want to have to eat too much dinner, so there you go.
All right. So the top 10 list I mentioned, the top 10 most aggressive cities. Number 10 is Memphis, then Salt Lake, Tampa, St. Petersburg at 8, Oklahoma City, Richmond, Birmingham, Orlando's number 4, Nashville number 3, Jacksonville number 2, Tucson, Arizona number 1, 3 Florida cities on the list. I'm surprised that Miami, Fort Lauderdale's not on there because, man, that is a circus driving down there. And it's no treat here in the Tampa Bay area. We have some aggressive stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you notice a trend here. Some of these destinations are warmer weather, and Florida as well. And when I was in Tampa, I feel for the Floridians that are seeing all these folks move down. Their populations are booming, and the roads just aren't expanding as quickly. So there's traffic, there's stress, there's slow people in the left lane that don't move over. And what does that do? Well, it's frustrating. You try to get around them, and boom, your phone goes off and says, take a chill pill, right?
All right, so the accelerometer feature, you can opt in on the Gas Buddy app, and that's where the data is coming from on acceleration and hard braking. Now, what brought you to the Tampa Bay area for a month?
The beauty. It was perfect weather. I had to get out of Chicago.
When were you here? When were you in town?
I was down for much of the past February through March. Really the worst days to be in Chicago. So
oh, wow.
Are you coming back this year?
Again, but
are you coming back?
Yeah, I hope to, but man, those rents.
That's another thing. The rents here in Florida, especially in the Tampa Bay area, you might want to do a list on this. Rents in the Tampa Bay area have skyrocketed.
Oh, yeah.
And our rents have gone up higher on average than many other cities in the country. Rents are out of control. This area is booming. It's always been, like a top, 15 market, medium market. What are we like? Market number, I don't know.
Well, it's
12,
different for
13,
television and radio. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, but this is a large market, and it's only getting bigger. The number of people that are moving here from the Northeast and the Midwest. So a lot of folks are coming down. Hey, Patrick, if you come on down, send us a note and let us know. We'll have you in the studio.
I'll do that, and maybe we can live stream some of the naughtiest driving because I'm one of these folks that if you're in the left lane, stay right, please. Stay in the right.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, give us a call when you get down here, man. It'd be great to see you.
Yeah, you ought to see Fester on the Howard Franklin Bridge, I-275, coming in at 5:30 in the morning. He just cruises at 45 miles an hour in the left lane.
Dude,
It's a pimp ride.
Yeah, I have one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles ever. I have the 2004 Lincoln Town Car V8. And
boy.
Yeah.
Well, you must be real happy then about what's going on at the pump.
So in the Tampa Bay area, Patrick, I've seen gas prices for the first time consistently stay below $3 a gallon.
I paid $2.92 at Walmart on Dale Mabry and I-275 yesterday.
And that just happened over the last couple of days.
Yep.
And the Costco in Clearwater is at $2.72.
There you go. Now, I am a Costco member, but, I got to be near the Costco, Clearwater location.
Yeah, that's kind of out there.
Yes. I mean, because I live in South Tampa, and, and I do go to the Costco. I go to the Costco sometimes in Clearwater. What about the Costco up off of Linebaugh? The other Costco.
Yeah, I go to that one.
Yeah, that's your Costco. What's the price there, Patrick?
I'm quickly trying to pull it up here, and I'm scrambling, but I don't have it. I'm going to bet you it's probably somewhere in the 270s or 280s.
Yeah, probably should be.
Probably 280s.
Probably somewhat similar. Hey, Patrick the Han Gas Buddy, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
MJ, you're talking to Patrick like he has every gas price memorized across the country. How much is the one near my house?
Listen, he knew that it was $2.72 at the Costco on US 19.
He doesn't have them
and,
all
and Gulf to
memorized.
Bay.
All right. That's cool. Thanks, Patrick.
So there we go. What time is it? All right, I got to get a couple of things in because I've teased a couple of things. So I got to get these in. The atomic wedgie. This is pretty funny. Does anyone here watch the Manning brothers when they do their ESPN2?
I have once.
Monday Night Football commentary.
Yeah, they're good.
Monday Night Football, now it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. The normal telecast on ESPN kind of sucks. The Manning brothers are great because they're having a whole conversation. They're doing interviews. It's a lot of fun, a lot of perspective that Peyton has.
They're always in nice sweaters.
Well, do you want to hear about grown men talking about atomic wedgies?
Yes.
Listen to this.
What's the biggest fight you guys have ever had?
I felt like a couple years ago, we were on a golf trip, and I was trying to take a nap, and I was kind of in a corner bed, and he came up behind. He kind of had me leveraged into the wall, and he gave me a wedgie. He almost went atomic with it.
Oh, it was atomic.
I was
over the
about
head.
to be asleep. I was so angry. Basically because the nap was interrupted. The atomic wedgie was like an added bonus. He was so proud. We almost threw down, but I couldn't. I was in pain. I couldn't fight real well, Bill.
He was mad. He said those were his favorite underwear that I ripped, and that's what he was mad about.
You know what? They need to have Joe Buck and back in the day, like Howard Cosell talking about getting atomic wedgies during play-by-play.
MJ, you have to watch them when they do an excellent job, and
I've seen it.
They're very entertaining.
I have watched it. Thank you. I need to watch it.
Peyton's a lot more entertaining than the other one.
Yeah, Eli's kind of adult.
He's kind of quiet. Now, how do you get kicked off an airplane for uttering a body part?
Okay, I can think of a couple of body parts that get me kicked off.
It depends how descriptive you were.
Here's the story. Flight attendants kicked 3 passengers off a flight at the Flint Bishop International Airport on Monday night, with 2 of them ejected for referring to a certain part of the sexual anatomy, they say. A father-in-law and son duo claim things came to a head after a flight attendant lumped them in with a couple of combative, intoxicated passengers. And apparently it's all over the word penis. Jason Bauer said he and his father-in-law were flying down to Florida from Flint to help them move when they were approached by a flight attendant. He said no reason was given for the removal, just you're going to have to leave the flight. Finally, the Flint police, Flint, Michigan, and the airport authority came over and said we were removed because I said the word penis on board the airplane. I meant it in no derogatory way. I mean, it's part of the male anatomy, and we were literally kicked off an airplane flight.
Did he say it once or like 3 times or 100 times?
There's no context. We don't know why Bauer used the word penis, but he was kicked off it was Allegiant.
That's an important part of the story.
It was Allegiant Airlines from Flint, Michigan, right to PIE, to the St. Pete Clearwater Airport, and they were kicked off the flight for using the word penis.
What's the movie where the guy was on an airplane and he asked the other guy for peanuts? Maybe he was asking for peanuts. May I have your peanuts?
This is nuts.
What movie was that?
The 2 were likely not as innocent as Bauer portrays, according to local media. It may not surprise you that Allegiant Airlines told a different version of the story. It doesn't see Bauer and his father-in-law as a pair of innocent jokesters. When crew members instructed them to cease their unruly behavior, the passengers failed to comply. As a result, both were deplaned and reaccommodated to other flights. So they claim that they used the word penis on Allegiant Airlines. They were kicked off the St. Pete Clearwater flight.
And they were headed to the airport in St. Petersburg, Clearwater, PIE, 3 out of 5 letters.
What if he was saying it like, I just caught my bleep in the tray table behind the seat.
Well,
You'd have to say it then.
So you're suggesting that maybe they had their penis out and that they caught it in the tray
Maybe
table?
it wasn't out. Maybe it was just.
All right. And then finally, before we get out of here today.
Oh, my God.
What are you oh my godding me about?
Roxanne is on a FaceTime call right now with Doug watching her kids' Christmas recital.
I have been the whole entire segment.
Talking about a guy with his penis out.
I'm hoping that he has the
So
volume
many
down. It is
different
church.
things are happening. Roxanne's kid's in a church right now doing a Christmas recital. She's here with us, and as she's on Doug's phone, she's talking about cranks.
Real quick here.
Oh, my God.
Joe Exotic from the Tiger King.
Love that guy.
He now sees that Brittany Griner has been swapped for that death merchant, the merchant of death. Brittany Griner, the WNBA star. Now, Joe Exotic wants Joe Biden to free him like Brittany Griner.
Can't you save me, Joe?
Ladies and gentlemen, before you hear it on the news, I'm going to tell you myself. About an hour ago, we had an incident where one of the employees stuck their arm through the cage and a tiger tore her arm off. I can give you your money back, or I can give you a rain check. Why don't you come back at another date?
That's one of the greatest audio clips ever.
How do we? Did he record something, or is?
I am never going to financially recover from this.
What was that, Joe?
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Oh, man. All right, we're running a little late here. I got a meeting at 10 o'clock. I got to shut things down and clean up the studio. I got a meeting with the general manager
no. Good luck.
about my contract situation because my contract expires in 2 weeks at the end of the month. Yeah, I got no new contract. I don't know if I'm coming back after we go on vacation this Friday. All right, so, Tiger King, he saw Brittany Griner released from a Russian prison, so he wants to be released from the facility where he's being held for the conspiracy to, commit murder, right?
Yeah, against Baskins.
Yeah. Carol Baskin. So, all right, before we get out of here, I want to tell you about the